finally.
All right, Shalom, Shalom.
Shalom.
All right, these brothers from Great Millstone, Charlotte, coming back out here another day to prophesy the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushua and feed the elect of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So before we get started, we want to give all honor, praise, and glory to
Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua Ba'Shem Akakodash.
Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught us the truth and that rule well. Peace and salutation to the elect that's out here laboring. And we almost out of here. Let's keep going, man.
That's right.
All right? We're going to hop right into it.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 7 and verse 5. Thus said the Lord power, and evil, and only evil, behold, is come. And end is come, the end is come. It watches for thee, behold, it is come.
Right, and that's the message that we constantly are bringing out to our people. All right, to know we are not in times of good, peaceful things, man. All right, evil is coming, man. An evil time is coming, which is majority going to be focused on you tribes, man. You so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. The time of Jacob's trouble, man. All right, because we are witnessing the downfall of this great sinful kingdom, America, which in the Bible is known as Babylon the Great. Right. All right, which, by the way, is America, because you have Jake out here teaching that America is actually the Holy Land, which is false, man.
Right.
All right, the Holy Land is actually over where those small hats are in the land of Israel, man. Okay, this place right here is the place of our captivity. Okay, so how can you sit there and say that this place is the Holy Land when we are in captivity to this day right here, man? All right,
You run that back.
This is Ezekiel chapter 7 and verse 5. Thus said thus says the Lord power, and evil, and only evil, behold, is come.
Right, so it says evil, bad times. Evil is a time, ill is bad.
Verse 6. And end is come, the end is come, it watches for thee, behold, it is come.
Right, it said behold, so pretty much bringing it to attention, like kind of like spiritually saying, bring to attention, like Esau here put out the amber alert, so it's an amber alert, like behold, the end is come, you know, just like the scripture says in 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter, you know, the end is manifest, so we're seeing all the signs and the prophecies come to pass.
yeah, which is why, like I said, this message is to you tribes out here to stop playing and get yourselves right before the evil days come, man.
Yep.
Could you get what you got?
This is the book of Job, chapter 14 and verse 5.
Ecclesiastes 12.
Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. So as we know, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua has established in the latter days the Edomites, the self-proclaimed white race, to have governance over the earth. And at the end of his rulership, there will be turmoils and evils on the earth. And this transition of him trying to enter into his enterprise with that implantable device is to try and X out you Israelites, man. Completely out of the picture.
Right.
So all of these evils, as the brother priest had made mention of, that are really going to target you Israelites, is really because he's targeting you.
Yeah.
The devil, Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed white race, the Lord is using him as his weapon.
Right.
All right, as it tells us in the book of Isaiah, the 10th chapter. But I brought this verse out here to show you, as the brother had read in Ezekiel, the 7th chapter, that the end is already predestined, man. And we're seeing it play out.
Yeah, because like it says, I believe that's Isaiah 46 and 10, all right, the end is written from the beginning, man. So like the brother just read, Esau's, his limit was already prescribed before Esau was even brought into power, man. So as we are transitioning into this man trying to establish his new world order, all right, we see that it's going to be a lot of changes in the earth, and it's going to affect the world, but specifically you Israelites the most, man, because as we all go into the economic woes, man, all right, the martial law, all right, the destruction of this economy, all right, the pretty much the whole layout of him trying to make this world into a prison planet, man. It's all gonna mainly affect you, Jakes, because like the brother said, you are the main target to Esau's, you know, his kingdom, man.
Yeah, and that's why I did the lesson going into the so-called immigration crisis, because you got criminals, you got gangs, you got prisoners that are all being shipped to Babylon. And right now they're causing chaos and havoc in the country, in the states that they've been migrated to, like New York, Texas, and other states like that, California. You see what I'm saying? So it's the perfect setup, because it's gonna get to a point where I guarantee you through the spirit, it's going to be something where Esau's not going to be able to tell who's a migrant and who's not. Yeah. So he's going to use that to enforce martial law and ultimately to push that MOTB.
And that's exactly what's going to happen, because what you're seeing, like you had the incident where you had the one migrant assault the police officer.
Yep.
All right, and that's an isolated event. But then in the same breath, you have over in DC, they're in the process of trying to put that Bowser Pinto, law on the books to where pretty much have it to where if you have any type of facial covering, you're liable to get killed by the police. The police no longer have to warn you when they shoot you. If they feel threatened, they're liable to kill you now, man.
Yep.
All right, and if their body cams, are on, they're no longer required to show it.
Wicked.
So that lets you know we're coming to a time to where they're pushing for, okay, if we can't tell the difference between the people, we need to identify a marker, which is going to be a digital ID.
Yes.
Which is going to therefore help build the infrastructure for the market to be system.
Yeah. So everybody's gonna be tracked. You're gonna be owned, all right, and you can't do what you want to do unless they say so.
Exactly.
And that's the world that we coming into. This is what niggas is not prepared for, man.
Exactly.
That's the clause of the evils.
Right.
I was gonna say, generally, you were saying like pretty much it's just gonna be throwing out their weapons on anybody. Generally, you need some type of like provocation of a crime. So pretty much you're gonna lead forth to more crime. Can I get that real fast?
Yeah.
This is Matthew in Matthew chapter 24 and verse 12. It says, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. It's gonna be a dog-eat-dog world out here. The wild, wild west. I'm gonna get this word for iniquity.
Well, while you get that, I want to add to what you said, because as you've been seeing throughout the last few years, Esau has been laxing the laws on crime. He's been doing away with police presence because he wants total anarchy out here, man.
Right.
And as the people, as we always went into, Klaus Schwab made that statement, prepare for an angrier world. So these people are already on edge. So as the events begin to trend towards the worst, all right, these people are just going to start wilding, man. And like you said, it's going to be like the wild, wild west out here, man. Just expect death to rise even more than we're seeing already, man.
I got the definition. I want to get that root word. It says, this is G458, and it says the condition of without law because of ignorant of it. I want to get this root word. It says destitute of the Mosaic law. It says departing from the law, so it's going to be destitute of the scriptural law, and then also what Esau had set up as his law.
Right, because what you're talking about, it's a decline in morality.
Right.
Because now the people don't have a moral compass to pretty much go off of, so everybody is completely, in a carnal state of mind to where they're going off of what their feelings are, man. And if a nigga is agitated off of anything,
Right.
they're ready to kill.
They say if you don't stand for something, you fall for anything.
Right. And these people have no, like you said, no moral compass. So much so that you had that Edomite Joe Rogan. He was on the podcast and he was like, "Shit, I'm agnostic, but hey, we need the Lord." He was pretty much saying like when he looked at the assessment of the world right now, that's what we need.
Yeah, Joe Rogan is actually Italian, so he might be a Jake.
He could be.
But at the end of the day, what you're saying, people are starting to witness, like, look, and the presence of God is needed in the world more than ever now, man.
Right. We need that moral compass.
Yes.
I got this real quick just to add on what Priest just said. Because this is what's going on right now, man. All right, Isaiah 29 in verse 24 says, they also that erred in spirit, shall come to understanding, and they that murmur shall learn doctrine, right? So, as the brothers were saying, man, hey, the Lord is making shit so obvious, you can't scoff.
Right.
You can't talk shit no more.
Right.
All right? Hey, you gotta put some credit on the scriptures. You gotta put some respect on your Yahweh Shem Al Shai, man.
Yeah.
All of this tough shit, I don't believe the Bible, yada yada, that's just a fairy tale. Nah, man. Hey, the Lord putting in work right now, man.
Right.
So a lot of you niggas that had something to say are beginning to become confounded now.
Right.
You know?
And then also, too, outside of what you just said with that, we see how Esau is trying to subvert the mind of the people even more to distract you from that mindset of thinking, yeah, we need God. Because as he's rolling out this new technology to bring these people into an augmented reality, that's just further conditioning you to get ready to accept the chip, man. Because as we're seeing people becoming more despondent, more disconnected from reality, they're looking for an escape. And Esau is giving you the quote-unquote goodies to get ready to accept that, man. Because like I said, you got the lying wonders, man. You got the virtual reality world. Now he took it a step further. Now we're into augmented reality where you can bring the virtual world into your current reality, but then he's going to make it to where all reality is based off his technology, which is essentially the beast system, man.
Right.
And in order for you to fully be integrated in that, like I forgot the Edomite's name, you're gonna have to take that oath to Lucifer, which is that mark, man.
That's right. This is the book of Daniel, chapter 8, verse 25. And through his policies, he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand. And he shall magnify himself in his heart. And by peace, he shall destroy many.
Yeah.
And that's what you see the brother priest speaking on, man. Through his policies, all these draconian laws that he's bringing forth to the table, he's going to cause what? His craft to prosper in his hand. He's going to actually get to try to usher in his new world order, his digital technology, his the MOTB, all the things that you see him bringing forth. That's what he's trying to prosper. And it says, by peace, he shall destroy many, because this is going to destroy a lot of people, man.
Right.
A lot of people are going to fall from the wayside trying to join hand with this beast system, man. And ultimately, they're going to be here with them
Spirit.
ICBM missiles, man. Oh, craft. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a good one.
So this is Strong's 804819.
That's Mawama.
Maramah. It says a sense of deceiving. It says treachery.
And that's Esau Edom, man. That's his tactics, man. That's how the Esau Edom, the serpent from the garden, the same spirit that's on earth today, that's how he moved, man. Right. Deceit, treachery. That's how this whole system's set up. The monetary system, the school system, everything around you is set and based off deceit.
Right. Because when you look at, like I just described, the direction that he's moving society towards, he's coming to you under the guise of convenience.
Yep.
You know, for the guise of making the world a better place, man. Still got that there. You can go and get that now.
This is Isaiah chapter 10 and verse 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed.
Right, because everything this man is coming up with is ultimately to ensnare and entrap the people, man. It's all about dominance and rulership over the masses.
Total control.
This is what the whole technocracy is about, man.
Yeah.
This man's new economic order, this transition that's going on right now.
Right.
So they set up everything, as we're talking about, everything in America has been set up to fail, to be destroyed. They need the chaos to bring forth the order. The order is going to be what? This
MOTB.
There you go.
They want you people to come down and beg them for the system. They want you to beg them for boots and troops on the ground.
Yeah.
They want to beg for a new monetary system. And all the supplies and all the resources will be rationed out. Who gets what?
Right.
As Elder said.
Right. So when they crash the money system, people are going to beg for the MOTB. They're gonna beg to go back of buying and selling, going back to commerce. You know. So people are gonna embrace it. They're gonna see it now.
They're gonna beg for slavery.
Exactly. Because like you said, everything that he's doing is like it's a controlled demolition to crash this current way of life to bring forth that new way of life, man. Which is why you're seeing Esau in everybody's business, man, in everybody's shit, man. Because since these damn bankers, these Edomites came into power, it's been all about that since the beginning, man. You know, and it's no coincidence that early this week you had that damn devil Jacob Rothschild so-called die, if he really died for real, you know, and nigga might be in a bunker somewhere, but either way, all right, you had that the meme that one of the brothers sent. His death was pretty much a sign of a transition period, man. Which what we're seeing, all right, is the old way dying, and we're coming into the new way, which is total control under Satanism, man. You know, so as we're seeing this devil make his moves all throughout the world, all those that oppose him, he will take out.
Yep.
All right.
And the prophets are watching his ass. Right? That's why they're scrambling. Back against the wall, doing all types of bugged out shit, you know?
He's on the scope.
Yeah.
He's in the scope. As the scripture says in Amos 9:8, the eyes of the Lord are upon the sinful kingdom. Even though, like we also know that's twofold, but Esau Edom has taken the Bible to himself. So the Most High is watching this devil. Who is he using? He's using his angels, which are here, which are the prophets, man, the messengers, man. We're watching his every move.
Yeah, letting the world know what's going on. So Jake has no excuse not to know what's happening now. But going back to Isaiah 10, all right, those unrighteous decrees that he's bringing forth are all means to help trap you up. Because he's under your own nose, he's stealing away your rights, man. So it's gonna come a point in time to where human rights is no longer gonna be a thing, man. You know, like the brother said, the motto of the New World Order is you won't own nothing and be happy. Yeah. All right. So this is the desire of the wicked, man. All right. This is why we are constantly begging Yahweh Bashim Yahushua to hurry up and take this devil out. Because like it says in Matthew 24, if the Lord speed not the days up, there will be no flesh to be saved.
this one for you, Preach. This is Psalms, just to add on to what he said. This is Psalms 140. Psalms 140 in verse 7, it says, O power of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'Shem Awashad, the strength of my salvation. Thou hast covered my head in the day of battle. This is what we're telling you, that the battle is coming, man. It says the point, verse 8, it says, Grant not, O Lord, Yahweh Ba'Shem Awashad, the desires of the wicked, further not his wicked device, lest they exalt themselves, Salah.
Yeah, and that's what we're praying to the Lord for. And guess what? The Lord's going to honor that prayer, man. Because as we know, he's going to allow Esau to go forward with his agenda, but only so far. Like the brother read earlier in Job, the Lord set up bounds that this devil was not going to be able to pass, man.
Right when he's about to fill his belly,
Right.
He should be in straits.
Exactly.
This is Psalms 21 and verse 10. It says, their fruit shall, I'm going to read down. Psalm 21 and 8. Thine hand shall find out all thine enemies. Thy right hand shall find out those that hate thee. Thou shalt make them as, which it says, thine hand shall find out all thine enemies. You know, Ecclesiastes 3 and 15. You know, the Lord is pretty much searching out Esau's rulership.
Right. The Yahushua has already exposed everything this devil is going to do. All right? He's the one that's revealing all the secrets to us, man. Through the Holy Spirit, man. So we're finding out all the wickedness that this devil has done, is doing, and will do. And bringing it forth to the church so that you also know and know what to expect to come, man. All right? Because the thing that, you know, has been going around is, you know, you have a lot of low self-esteem, defeated ass mindset that's being, you know, played throughout the body of Israel, man. And our job is to stamp out those spirits and let you know that, look, we got better things coming for us, man. So don't be dismayed at what you're seeing, you know, what the devil doing, man. You know.
Verse
Hey,
9.
the Lord said in the latter days that many shall depart.
Exactly.
This is not the brother in Mississippi did a lesson. He titled, he said, "There's many Israelites in this thing, but they're not born again."
Yes.
It's a lot of niggas in this thing, man. And every day it's constantly being exposed.
Yeah.
Who's really in the faith? You know. You got it, bro.
Their tongue is confessing the desires of their heart, man. And a lot of these people, like you just said, Sean, they don't believe, man. They never were fully converted.
Right.
Verse 9. Thou shalt make them as a fiery oven in the time of thine anger. The Lord shall swallow them up in his wrath. The fire shall devour them. Their fruit shalt thou destroy from the earth, and their seed from among the children of men. For they have intended evil against thee. They imagine a mischievous device which they are not able to perform.
Right, and that's what we're telling our people. Look, don't fret on how bad it seems, because when you look at it through a carnal lens, it looks like we have no way out. But look, the Lord let it be known He's going to fail. This damn devil is not going to accomplish what he's looking for, man.
12
All right?
tribes.
Yeah.
I'm one of the 12 disciples, man.
Yes,
You
sir.
know, that's our people, though, man.
Yes,
Run it back.
sir.
12 disciples.
12 tribes of Israel.
Yeah. I'm one of them. One of them.
Y'all
Y'all got time.
Y'all got time. Come listen.
Yeah, I'm about to listen right now.
Come stand over here, brother. Stand over here for me.
Psalm 21 and 11. For they intended evil
Hey,
against
we
thee.
out here to let our people know. 12 tribes, you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, and Hispanics. All right, you are the sons of God, man. You ain't niggas. You ain't black. You're not Latino. You're not Spanish, Hispanic, none of that. Native Americans, you are the sons of power. You're Israelites. All right, and we're here to warn our people that, look, impending doom is getting ready to fall upon America, man. World War III, famine, all right, destruction, civil wars in the streets, all right, martial law, all these different things, man. And the so-called white man, who's the Edomite according to the Bible, is getting ready to come down upon the people on this sign right here, man. So we're warning our people to get right with the Lord before it's too late. All right? Come under the Lord's covering while you still got a chance in the time of this grace. Right? You got it, brother.
Psalms 21 and 11. For they intended evil against thee. They imagine a mischievous device which they are not able to perform.
Right, and a good example of that we have when you read the book of Esther. All right, the Edomite, what's his name, Haman. You know, he sought to destroy Israel, man. All right, so he was put in a position that looked like he was going to win. And then what happened? The very gallows that he set up, all right, to hang Mordecai and you know other Israelites ended up falling upon his head, where him and his sons got hanged, man. But that's going to be the same fate of the so-called white man Esau, you know, in the future, man. This nigga's not going to overcome the Israelites, man, because we're the Lord's people, man. You think the Lord's going to allow the wicked to overcome the righteous? Man, hell no, man.
Yeah. We came out of every captivity we've been in.
Exactly.
You know, every captivity, every empire that we were under, all right, we came out of it, man. So what makes America any different, man? Right? The Lord took down Pharaoh in ancient Egypt. He's about to take down Pharaoh in this modern Egypt, spiritual Egypt, man, the so-called white man. Right? You got it, brother.
I got something right fast. This is Psalms chapter 14, pardon me, Proverbs chapter 14 and verse 11. The house of the wicked shall be overthrown.
The house of the wicked should be overthrown, man. We're in the midst of the house of the wicked, which is Babylon, America, man. All right, go ahead.
But the tabernacle of the upright shall flourish.
The tabernacle, the house of David, really, all right, starting with the body of the elect is what's going to flourish, man.
Right.
All right.
It's happening right now. When the Lord afforded the breath to enter back into the elect members of the nation of Israel, that was when that tabernacle began to be rebuilt, and it's continually flourishing day by day, all the way up to where Yahushua comes back to deliver the elect of the nation of Israel, and they enter into that second covenant of perfection.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 7, verse 15. He made a pit and digged it, and it's fallen into the ditch which he made.
Right, and that pit, all right, is that thermonuclear war that Esau is going to enter into, because that's going to be his undoing. All right, the Lord allowed him to create the nuclear missile, ultimately to fall upon his own head with, man. He's going to slay you with your own weapon, man. Just like he did Haman, you know, and even Goliath, you know, because when you look at this, you know, spiritually, this is David spiritually versus Goliath again, man. Because Esau has made himself to be like a god, man. And you got a majority of our people in that spirit of the Israelites that was back with King Saul before David came up, and they were fearful, man.
Right.
We can't be in that spirit. We got to come like King David came, man. Because this devil is trying to blaspheme our power, and we're looking at them like, yo, who is these niggas, man? You ain't better than our power, man. We got the power of the universe behind us, man. Our Lord lives, man. All right, he's going to deliver us, man. And we got full faith in that, and watch it come true, too, man.
Yep.
Psalm chapter 7, verse 16. It says, his mischief shall return upon his own head, and his violent dealing shall come down upon his own plate. Hey, that's what you're about to see, man. His violent dealing, all the treachery, all the rape, the murder that he's been doing around the world, pillaging, especially to the people on his side, it's going to fall upon his own head, man. That's what you're about to see here in the latter days, man. Esau, Edom is setting himself up for ultimate failure, man. And he thinks he's going to rule forever with this so-called digital AI technology, this MOTB. No, that's going to fall upon you, man. The Most High set you up for the ultimate, I told you so.
Yeah, you in a trick bag, man.
And the irony behind it, they created a whole system to genocide the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, Hispanic. But at the end of it all, the Lord gonna get rid of Esau. The scriptures tell you that, man. Hey, that the Lord's gonna destroy his fruit from the face of the earth, his seed line, man.
Yeah.
You know?
The genocide plans is really going, it's on you.
Right.
You know? You're going to be the first nation to be fully wiped out. And here it is, you've been trying to genocide Jake for years, and you failed. All right? Because the Lord is with his people still. Even the 2/3. But right now, the Lord is preserving them for this ultimate judgment that he's about to give them now. All right? But even amongst all that, he said he's going to keep a remnant. All right?
Yep. This is 1 Samuel chapter 17 and verse 45. Then said David to the Philistine, thou comest to me with a sword and with a spear and with a shield. But I come to thee in the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai of hosts, the power of the armies of Israel, whom thou hast defied.
Yeah, because we don't need any physical weapons to fight against this devil. Because as we know, according to 2 Corinthians chapter 10, the weapons of our warfare is spiritual. All right? So this is why we chastise you, Jakes. I think that you can go there and fight Esau with your guns and all this other bullshit, because we don't need all that, man. Right. We have the power of faith behind us, man. And the Lord is going to provide for us in the days when these devils come down upon us, man. Right. So and that's just like before when he delivered, he's going to do it again, man.
Right. And that's what exalts Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, is putting us in these positions of difficulty, and then creating an underdog story. Yeah. That exalts the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Just like as we're reading the reference in 1 Samuel, the 17th chapter of King David, right? David was literally going against a Philistine that was twice his size, okay?
He was a known warrior, you know,
David,
that had battles under his belt.
And David was just going in there with a slingshot.
He was a stripper. You know, they
Young
looked at
man.
him like a stripper. He was just a stripper. He didn't have so-called battle experience, man.
Right.
But they didn't know the feats that he was able to do before he went out there, man. He flew a dragon. He flew a lion.
Right.
You know. Come on, man.
These words of King David right here. This is Psalms 37, verse 19. And this is the faith that we got as we get into these trying times.
Right.
This is Psalms 37, verse 19. It says, they should not be ashamed in the evil time. What's the evil time? Martial law, famine, when people are dying out here in the streets. It's going to be bodies out here, man. Right? Scriptures talk about you ain't going to be able to clean the bodies out the street, man. Right? It says, they should not be ashamed in the evil time, and in the days of famine, they should be satisfied. So when they take away all the resources and the food, the Lord said they should be satisfied. Who's the they? The elect. Somebody gonna eat in that day. Somebody gonna have raiment. Somebody gonna have shelter. Somebody gonna have water, right? Somebody's gonna have protection in that time when there's death and chaos plaguing the streets, right? It says verse 20, but the wicked shall perish, and the enemies of the Lord shall be as the fat of lambs. They shall consume into smoke. It says they shall consume into smoke shall they consume away. So that's the end of these of the wicked, man.
Yeah.
You
The Lord
know?
is going to make a speedy riddance of all our enemies, man.
Right.
And that also includes 2/3 of the nation of Israel. Because with you taking the side of Esau, Edom, knowing that your heritage is out here, because remember the scriptures tell us that had Yahweh Shai not had came, they would have had no cloak for the sin, but he has came, and now there is no cloak. So by you siding with the wicked, that's an active act of treason.
Yeah.
Okay? And what's going to happen to those that are treasonous to the Lord? You're going to die here. Because you took the side of the wicked. The scriptures say, though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished.
Right. And the most treacherous form of treason is, I know, right? Is your unbelief. All right? Because here it is, the Lord let it be known, all right, that look, fear not thy worm Jacob, for I will help thee. All right? He said that all throughout the scriptures. All right, how you're supposed to trust in the Lord, man. So, like you said, if you side with your enemy, once again, you committed treason against the Lord because you didn't think that his words were faithful and true. You know?
This is the book of Job, book of Job, chapter 5, verse 17. Behold, happy is the man whom Yahweh corrected. Therefore, despise not thou the chastisement of the Lord.
Yeah.
I jumped down.
Matter of fact, Bible Kashar, can you read that once more? Speak on that.
Job chapter 5, verse 17. I'll read that to you. It says, happy is the man that whom Yahweh correcteth, therefore despise not the chastising of the Almighty.
Right, because the scriptures tell us that if the Lord deal with you as sons, the chastisement is going to come with that, roughly paraphrasing. Okay? So we shouldn't be despising of it because why? As a nation that grew up in wickedness, we're in need of correction. Okay? As the brother Kwanawaf says often, you don't know righteousness until you've been shown it. So you have to continually be reproved through the experiences that Yahweh Bashem Al Shai places you in.
Yeah, because those chastisements are learning lessons that you're supposed to take to get rid of whatever it is that you gotta, you gotta get out of your spirit, man.
Right. And then it could be applied to another brother. A brother could receive from your experiences. They could learn from you.
We all, learn from each other's experiences, man.
That's right.
Job chapter 5, verse 18. For he maketh sore and bindeth up. He woundeth in his hands make whole.
So he brings us down low, and he lifts us up, man.
Right.
All right? Because it's all for the betterment of our spirit. Because look, if we don't go through these different chastisements, then how will we be able to prepare ourselves for Jacob's trouble? Because that's going to be the ultimate form of chastisement. Because we going to see all manners of hell that we never thought we'd see. So all the things that we're going through right now is leading up into that. So we're already, spiritually callous to go through certain trials, man. We don't know. Hey, brothers going through financial woes, mental woes, physical woes, because you don't know what you're going to face in Jacob's trouble, man. You might not be able to eat for a certain amount of time. All right, you might be getting tortured in a concentration camp for a certain amount of time. You might be split from your family. We don't know what the fuck's going to happen, man. But we got faith that Yahweh Bashem Al Shai is going to be with us through it all, man.
And it says, verse 19, Job chapter 5, verse 19. He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles. Yeah, even 7, there shall no evil touch thee.
And that's the bank that that's the guarantee that we're banking on, man. is that the Lord says we're going to have complete, that's what 7 means, completion. We're going to have a complete protection from all the evil that he's bringing upon the earth. Because like the apostles always say, we're not really to fear all the evil that's coming, because that's just for the wicked, man. If you're doing right by the Lord, then really you ain't got nothing to worry about. We're going to be in it, therefore we're still going to be scared because we're in the flesh. But that's when you got to switch from fear mode to faith mode, man.
Right.
You know?
Yahweh Shemel Shai gonna be there.
Exactly.
You gotta just see yourself as a vessel that will be used to exalt the name of Yahweh Shemel Shai. Yeah, the Lord gonna put you into some crazy situations, but through that faith in Yahweh Shemel Shai, as the brother had just read in the scripture, you will be preserved from the evil. You'll be delivered out of it.
Got something to add in there. All right, this is Isaiah 41. And in the headline of this chapter, it says, wait upon the Lord, fear thou not. All right? Isaiah 41 and I'll start at verse 8 and read down to the point in 10. It says, but thou, O Israel, art my servant, Jacob whom I have chosen, the seed of Abraham, my friend. Thou whom I have taken from the ends of the earth, and called thee from the chief men thereof, and said unto thee, thou art my servant, I have chosen thee, and have not cast thee away. The point, fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed. Right? Because we understand that this shit is coming.
Yeah.
Right? You ain't gonna ramble your way out this shit. You can't really physically prepare. Right?
That's why,
you know?
Because it's like into a spiritual war.
It's all
It's
spiritual.
all spiritual. Everything that's taking place is a test of how much you know shine with the faith of yours.
Right.
You've been tested. Yeah.
Exactly. That's why we can stay calm and collected, because we understand. Hey, ultimately it goes back to having faith in the Lord, as brothers are saying. It
Yeah,
says,
because you understanding that this is all his will.
right.
You pretty much, getting emotional about a situation is because you're trying to bend it to your understanding instead of accepting it for what it is.
Gotta accept the will of the Lord.
That's why we always say what? Detach yourself from this flesh and tap more into the spirit.
Right. It says, fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy power. I will strengthen thee.
And that's what you see. That's why the scripture say a lot is going to depart from the faith, because a lot of jakes is within the truth are going to be in a state of dismay. Man.
Right.
They're going to be in a state of worrying, doubting. They're going to be doubting the Lord, because things like the brother priest said is not going to their liking. Man.
And they're offended in the Lord because they didn't believe that the Lord would really put them in them type of situations. But like you said, it came out as an understanding to think that this is all a test from the Lord. Man. To see, are you applying the things that you're claiming to be learning? Man?
This is the word for dismayed in the Common Dictionary. It says to cause someone to feel consternation and distress. Let me get this word for consternation. It says feelings of anxiety or dismay.
Yeah.
Typically as something unexpected.
Yeah, because what's coming? This shit is fucked up.
Right.
It's gonna be real. It's gonna be evil. It's gonna be terrible, man. But what can we do?
Bro, like,
You know?
just to further personify what you're saying, because this shit that you don't really want to think about, but you got to think about it sometimes. You're going to see people you know and love die. You got to come to that understanding, man. All right, you're going to be put in situations that you're not going to particularly want to be in, man. Like I said, you may not eat for a couple of days, man. You got family, they're going to be crying. They're going to be worried, what are we going to do? You gotta have the wherewithal to be able to sit there and stay calm and allow the Lord to guide you in whatever it is going to happen, man. But understanding, like, things are not going to go on how you want them to go, man.
It says, be not dismayed, for I am thy power. I will strengthen thee. Yea, I will help thee. Yea, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness. And that's Yahweh Shai, man.
Right.
One more verse. It says, behold, all they that were incensed against thee shall be ashamed and confounded. They shall be as nothing, and they that strive with thee shall perish, man. So don't forget, spiritual power is coming, man. Miracles are going to happen. All right, the Lord is not going to allow Esau to fully defile his woman, man. You know?
I was watching a movie last night called Code 8. They had a second part to it. And pretty much in that movie, it shows you how Esau wants society to be. So when you watch that movie, it's pretty much a dystopian society to where it's a group of people that have spiritual power.
Right.
But the spiritual power has been outlawed. So you got to use your powers under the radar. and they find out you're using them, pretty much you know get came after whatever. So in the second part, they brought in like robots, robot dogs and shit to try to come against the people with spiritual powers. So through the spirit, you can extrapolate that that's talking about us.
Yeah.
All right. So you know that Esau is preparing all these things to come against us because they know that spiritual power is coming, man.
Yeah, they know that the elect eventually gonna be activated, man. You know, in these times that are coming.
But even with, like brothers always speak about, us having this word is spiritual power.
That's right. The beginning.
And that in itself, when you read in Revelation 11:11, is what really caused the fear to fall upon these nations because they saw us returning back to our power.
Because, like, add to what's your point, what we always talk about is the vibration that this word is doing to the world, man. The world is literally shaping the vibration of the world because everything the prophets have been saying, starting with the apostles and elders on down, has literally been coming to pass because Yahweh is making that happen through our words, man, which are his words.
That's right. I got one for you because you said this word is like it's come, right? This is Acts chapter 1, verse 7. I'm reading verse 8. It says, "And he said unto them, it is not for you to know the times or the seasons which your Father hath put in his own power, but you shall receive power after the Holy Spirit is come upon you."
Right. After the Holy Spirit has come upon you. And that spirit has came upon the church. Okay? The Lord has put the spirit upon certain men and women to be able to receive this word, man. Okay? And it's transformed them to liken and fashion them to be able to receive the opportunity of salvation and escape the judgment.
But that's why, going back to what I was talking about earlier, because like the elder just said, Great Millstone is the only camp that you hear speaking about things like this. And so when we talk about the spiritual power, the new bodies that we're about to receive, a lot of the people that come up against that are people that don't really believe in that because the other camps that they listen to don't speak about that shit, man. Right. Prime example, you had the flavor of the week with that damn woman that made that stupid comment on one of the elders' pages about how what's going to be the benefit for a woman in the kingdom of heaven because they got to come to right to the fact that we're going to have multiple wives and they got to share the man. But that comes from a state of low self-esteem, just like even with the men, because you got men that's in that low self-esteem. Like, look, man, y'all talk about we're gonna have the other nations that's slaves. That's fucked up. That's not fucked up. That's going back to the ancient way. All right, because the ancient way, that's what war brought about, man. Slaves.
It's in the law.
You know.
Deuteronomy 21. Matter of fact, I can get that. You got something?
Go ahead. I just want to make
it.
a point on Jake having that mindset of not wanting to have slaves. Like we always speak about that cognitive dissonance. Jake being beat down so much that they can't envision anyone else having what happened to them done to anyone else.
But see, that's the problem though, not to cut you off, because they got that mindset. We're not going to do what these Edomites have done to us in wickedness.
Right.
We're going to rule over you in righteousness, man.
Right.
And that's the problem because, according to the law, because only an Edomite can in his sick, twisted mind could come up with the things that he's done to our people, such as buck breaking, the derby dupes, and things like that. We're not gonna be doing motherfuckers like that, taking your wife and then popping her and then throwing her back to you like here you go back. We're not gonna be doing shit like that because that's wicked according to the law, man. We're gonna rule over you in righteousness, man.
Right, I got two. All right, because we're talking about, hey, when the kingdom of heaven is set up on the earth is going to be governed and ruled under the laws of the Most High. For all you emotional jakes, and it's written within our laws that to take these heathen nations captive. Matter of fact, let's just get a couple real quick. All right, this one is Leviticus. All right, Leviticus 25. Leviticus 25 and verse 44, and it reads. It says, "Both thy bondmen and thy bondmaids, all right, which are slaves, which thou shalt have, shall be of the heathen that are round about you. Of them shall you buy bondmen and bondmaids." So what about that? So we're going to have the heathens under our subjection. They're going to be our slaves. I got another one.
I always bring that example out. You have slaves on this side.
Right.
Because for jakes that become rich, you hire servants. You hire a gardener, you hire a chef, you hire a maid, you hire people to teach your children. Those when you have an employee that's under you, the word employee literally means slave. An employer means slave master. So yes, we're gonna have slaves in the kingdom of heaven because that's just the way a king operates. What's the king without servants, man? You know?
He just work for himself.
Yeah, nigga on the throne, you gotta hop off the throne to fix your own food, to do whatever you gotta do. No, you gonna have service for that shit, man.
Got another one. Deuteronomy 21 verse 10, it says, when thou goest forth to war against thy enemies, all right, because what's gonna happen when Yahweh Shah comes back? He's coming to judge and make war, right? It says, and we're gonna take the nations. So it says, Deuteronomy 21 and 10, it says, when thou goest forth to war against thy enemies, and the Lord, Yahweh Shah, thy power have delivered them into thy hands, and thou hast taken them captive, right? And seest among the captives a beautiful woman, and hast desire unto her, that thou wouldest have her as thy wife. These are the spoils of war here.
Yeah.
Right? It says,
when you look at the ancient world, all right, like a good example, you watch shows like Game of Thrones. You know, when they went to war, all right, they would kill off all the men, you know, and take if they saw a woman that was beautiful and she was untouched, they would take her and bring her back, and she was, you know, what they call booty. So she was his prize, or what we call spoils of war.
that's it. It said, Deuteronomy 21 and 11 again, it says, and seest among the captives a beautiful woman, and has desire unto her, that thou wouldest have her to wife, then thou shalt bring her home to thy house, and she shall shave her head and pare her nails.
Yep.
And she should put the raiment, of her captivity from off her, and shall remain in thy house, and beware her father and her mother for a full month. And after that, thou shalt go unto her, and be her husband.
Right. So you would allow her to grieve, you know, for a certain period before you went and take her. Then she became your concubine, which all concubine is the lesser wife. You know, so you're gonna have wives of the nation of Israel and the heathen. But like I said, the heathen wives are a lesser wife, man.
Right.
You know.
Yep. They're not gonna have the same privileges as the Israelite woman.
But see, Jake take it like we just gonna have them as sex slaves. No, they're gonna have certain privileges. We ain't just gonna just fuck them and just mistreat them and all that. No, they gonna be taken care of too.
Yeah. It ain't gonna be like how Ishmael nasty ass doing over there in Dubai.
Yeah.
When he pissing and shitting on all these fucking Instagram models and shit.
Nah, man.
Right? All that weirdo shit gonna be out the window, man.
We gonna
Right?
treat you with some dignity, man.
Dignity.
You know?
Because that's the problem. We're gonna have humanity.
Exactly. Jake's take of concubines in slavery is based on your perception of what you saw Esau do.
Right.
Thank you.
That's it.
And that's even with our women. The
That's it.
Israelite women, mainly the black women, thinks like that too.
Right.
Like we just gonna be just fucking you all day.
Right, because that's what Esau did. Esau would have multiple wives and would dog shit the fuck out of his wives and concubines.
Right.
Dog shit the hell out of his kids. Dog shit the hell out of the
Hey,
slaves.
it's gonna be some BDSM shit in the kingdom. No, man.
Right. Because you.
That's why I'm slacking. I mean, that's why the Western mindset has to be eliminated.
Has to be done.
It got to be eliminated, man. Because Jake, you can't look at the scriptures with a westernized mindset. You got to come out of that shit.
Right.
That's why the Lord said, "Come out of her, my people." You got to come out this place spiritually before you take the scriptures on, man.
Be truly born again, man.
You
Renew
know?
your mind.
I'm gonna finish it out. It says, I read this again, Deuteronomy 21 and 13, and she shall put off, and she shall put the raiment of her captivity from off her, and shall remain in thy house, and beware her father and her mother for a full month. And after that, thou shalt go into her, and be her husband, and she shall be thy wife. And it shall be, if thou have no delight in her, then shall let her go whither she will, but thou shalt not sell her at all for money. Thou shalt make her, and thou shalt not make merchandise of her, because thou hast humbled her.
Yeah, you're gonna put her away. But like I said, that mourning process that she's gonna go through, they're not gonna be resisting you for long. Because after a while, it's in a woman's nature. That's why I'll give you an example. When you have in today's society, you know, you have like the women, when they go through a breakup, how they know to get over a breakup faster than men, because it's innate in women to pretty much get over a man quicker, because their whole process of how their nature is to try to get with the next man that's the best. Not perfect so much. So you take that heathen woman, allow her to pretty much mourn, she's gonna want you after a certain period of time, man. So it's not even gonna be like we got to grape in the kingdom, man.
It's gonna be a power.
Ain't gonna be no grape in the kingdom. That law ain't really even gonna be necessary at that point, man. It's gonna be for you heathen at that point. Yeah. Because if you see an Israelite man in that day, they're gonna be like how the Michael Jackson, the Beatles was today, man. They're gonna be chasing after us, man. Yeah. You know. But like I said, you gotta reform your mind into coming back to how the ancient world used to think. Real quick, you got something else?
No, I wanted to add to the point that Jaquan was bringing out.
Romans 12:2.
This is Isaiah chapter 41. Pardon me. Isaiah 14, verse 21. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the city, nor fill the face of the world with cities. Right. And I wanted to bring that up because when you understand enslavement of the Edomites is a necessity. Enslavement of the heathen is a necessity. Just like how when the Israelites were put into bondage for their transgressions, the Edomites have to be slaughtered and they have to be put into subjection. Because in these heathen, it's needed because things have to be set right.
It's actually for their betterment. Because right now, when these heathen are able to do what they want, they're destroying the earth too. Those Moabites over there, they're throwing the ecosystem out of balance by all the abominations they be eating, man. Yep. You know, them Edomites, they worship all type of weirdo shit, rats, cows and shit. You know, they need government. Eat ham nasty ass. We ain't got to talk about them. Right. You know, they need somebody to rule over them and show them how to live because these heathens don't know how to rule or live because they don't have nobody governing them, man.
Yeah, the whole world need order. All these nations need order, man. Right? Yeah. And that's what's coming in the world to come.
And then even further, so much so, we understand that it's all right to own these heathen because they belong to us anyway.
That's it. Psalms the 2nd chapter.
You got that?
You got it, bro.
Can I get this real fast?
Yep.
This Psalm 60 and verse 8, it says, Moab is my washpot, over Edom will I cast out my shoe. It says, Philistine triumph thou because of me. I'm going to get this in the NLT. It says, but Moab, my wash basin, will become my servant. And I'll wipe my feet on Edom, shout and triumph over Philistine. So pretty much the heathen, they wasn't made to rule, you know. Esau's the basis of men. So you got Moab, you know, chopping up rats, dogs, whatever they do, you know.
But see, they're also good in certain things, like, you know, Moab, how you got, like washing the feet, which is why the Lord called me the wash pot, man. All right, you know, you got Elam, they can cook, you know, good food. Ishmael, you know, everybody's strong in whatever suit the Lord gave them to. But at the end of the day, our job as being the kings of the earth, the true kings of the earth, is to put them in subjection so that they can properly live, so they can enjoy the earth like the rest of everybody else, man. You know?
This is Psalm chapter 2 and verse 8. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance.
Thine inheritance. What is your inheritance? Something that's promised to you from birth. Okay? And these heathen were given unto us as part of the birthright that we received. Start with the covenant with our forefather Abraham, which was passed down, all right, Isaac, Jacob, unto us, man.
Yeah, because what is the inheritance or the birthright? Us ruling the planet.
Yep.
All right, us owning the earth. All right, you read on that.
It says, in the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession.
See that? In the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. That's the whole planet, man. That's really the whole universe.
I'm about to say the whole universe, man.
Right? Go ahead.
So when you go into that word electos, I believe that says like master of the universe or something like that.
Holding the highest office in ruling the universe.
Exactly.
Verse 9.
Man, the brother's gonna have solar systems.
Planets.
So how you gonna have planets but you can't own a heathen? That don't even make sense.
No, but see, that's the thing, man. A lot of these Israelites' emotions cloud their judgment, man. That's the main thing. Jake is so emotional when you get to the hardcore scriptures. They don't think correctly.
Yeah, because you've been taught in society to put your feelings over fact. You men have been conditioned in the mindset of women.
Right.
That's how women think. They put their feelings over fact, man.
Right. Here it is. The scriptures say that we gonna bash their kids' heads against the stones.
What's so hard? What?
Right.
Now let's be logical about it, because right now it's hard to say we can do that right now in our current state.
Come on,
but when the Lord says He's gonna put His anger in us, we're gonna do that because when you look at what Esau did to our people, gator bait, hit the nigger baby, the orthodox and all that bullshit. Yep. It's warranted, man.
Yeah, hey, not to cut you off. Hey, I found out like last month. I forgot who brought it out. But back when they was hanging Jake, right? After they hung Jake and he died, they said that the white woman would have sex with the dead body, right? Because you have something called rigor mortis.
Yeah. Stiff.
When you get stiff, because they even tell you in certain morgues, you know, certain dead men, they rods still be stiff.
Yeah, they'll have necromancy.
Necrophilia. So I found out that these white women was having sex with Jake after they was getting hung off on the noose, having sex with the dead bodies.
And then also you had Esau nasty ass trying to reverse the scriptures by cutting Jake nuts off and rod and saying he can't make it to the kingdom because he don't have no.
But they would do that, put that shit in a jar, and then have that so that the Edomite woman gets look at that shit and get turned on with the aphrodisiac.
Exactly. You know, Esau was taking Jake testicles and using them as how do you do the tobacco shit? They hold their mouth like a chew. Yeah. Right? So you Edomites about to,
he's the one.
You gonna get it at the end of the day, man.
Like I said, this is why this man needs to be ruled over, man.
Right.
We got a little more.
So cut it out with all the sympathy bullshit, man. The scriptures say what it say.
And like I said, it's a rabbit hole. You fall into trying to figure out all the wicked shit Jake that had happened to them by this devil, man. So what we gonna do to him is justify, man. Come on, man. But we ain't gonna be doing it in wickedness, though, man.
Right. So you emotional Jakes, you in the way, and the Lord gonna get rid of you too.
Hey, that's why we come in that Turner frame of mind. It's like, look, when he was gathering up the one that was gonna ride with him, he was like, pretty much showing hands who's all with him. And he was like, okay, our first job is to take out all those who's not. And he put to death all them niggas that went ride with him, man. But through the spirit, that's what the Lord is doing with 2/3, man. The 2/3, they're not in the mindset of wanting to rule because them niggas is beaten down, man. Go ahead, bro.
Psalms 2:9. Thou shalt break them with a rod of iron. Thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel.
Right. So that rod of iron is gonna be a literal staff, and we're gonna bust your damn head open like on Looney Tunes with Bugs Bunny, man. All right, when you go off, man. You know. So that right there shows you that we're gonna have dominion to be able to judge you nations for when you go off. Because see, the brother spoke about the second covenant. All right, the second covenant, we're gonna be perfect. So the law at that point is gonna be for you heathen, because you ain't gonna be perfect, but it's still gonna be held under the law, man. Every kingdom has slaves, because like I said earlier, what is a king without his servants, man? You ain't no royalty if you don't got people ruling over, man.
Somebody gotta work. Somebody gotta build the kingdom up, man. What the hell is wrong with you damn Israelites out there, man? And the main ones that's always talking shit and coming against the scriptures, you y'all only Israelites, you Israel, Yasharal, whatever you call yourselves.
Right.
All right? You bug outs, man.
You did a video on that of that Israelite that was like, see, those Israelites over there, they want to rule us. What would we say? The
Yasharal.
We want everybody.
We want to be at peace with everybody.
But see, that's against the order.
That's a loser mentality. As a man, even on something small as sports, you want to be the alpha dog, man. It's in a man to want to be the best. And the best that Yahweh Shemel Shad made us to be is to be kings, the kings of the world. So it's naturally in us to want to rule over the people. It's naturally for you to want to rule over your woman. All right? But even Jake, look at that, it's fucked up. Y'all talking about you gonna have more than one woman. That's unfair to your wife. Nigga, what the fuck are you talking about, man? You know?
2 Ezra chapter 6, verse 55. All this I have spoken before thee, O Lord, because the world, it says, O Lord, because thou hast made us the world for our sakes. So it has the brother priest and the brothers Zaquan going into, man, 2 Ezra 6 and 55.
Yeah, why can't we win? You know, all these nations ruled over us, but now the Lord, but the balance of the Lord said we're gonna rule over them, and you got our people that have a problem with it.
Bro, even now, you're talking about that shit's fucked up now. Why? So why is there no uproar when you see Ishmael with all his wives? All right, you see Ishmael with servants. You see other nations with power within their men. Their women ain't fucking up, but it's only our women. It's only our men that say the stupid shit that we gotta continually address, man.
It's that Babylon juice, man. They still sipping on that cup. Like Zaquan has said, you gotta detach your mind from the West and go back to the East.
Hold that real quick. Get that real quick.
the book of Romans, chapter 12 and verse 2. And be not conformed to this world.
Start at one.
God. This is Romans 12 and 1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice.
Present your bodies a living sacrifice, man. All right? Because that's the least that we can do for Yahweh Shem Shah. Hence, learning this truth, man. You got to give up your life on this side. Your wants, your desires on this side, man.
Right.
Because this shit's going to all pass away anyways, man.
Right. Along with that mind that you got
Exactly.
coming into this truth.
Exactly.
You got to put off wanting to win now, man. Brother, you think brothers don't want, power on this side, man? You don't want women on this side, but we let that shit be on the back burner because we know we got a mission at hand right now, man.
Right.
The spoils, that's gonna come in the kingdom, man.
Right. The scriptures tell you to deny yourself.
Exactly.
I got this definition. This is out of the Zondervan Bible dictionary. This is the definition of family. But it says this. It says the concept of family in the Bible. The concept of the family in the Bible differs from the modern institution, right? Talking about what the shit we live in now, right? The concept of the family in the Bible differs from the modern institution. The Hebrew family was larger than families today, including the father of the household, his parents, if living, his wife or wives.
His what?
His wife or wives.
Wives with V-E-S, right?
Yep, plural. His wife or wives and his children, his daughters and his sons-in-law, slaves, guests and foreigners under his protection.
Yeah, because we had handmaids and maid service and I forgot for the men service and handmaids.
Right.
You know? Yeah.
It says marriage was arranged by the father.
Yep. The man chose the wife. The husband for his daughters, man. So arranged marriages is still our custom.
Marriage was arranged by the father of the groom and the family of the bride, for whom a dowry or purchase money was paid to her father. Genesis 24.
Yep.
It says polygamy and concubinage was practiced, but this is where they go off. It says though not favored by the Most High,
Right,
which is bullshit.
bullshit. Because polygyny is how the 12 tribes came into play.
Exactly.
Because Jacob had four wives. Because like we was talking about in the car, for you stupid women out there, the Lord says that the elect is going to bring back the rest of Israel.
Right.
You know how long that would take with just one woman?
Right.
You're going to bring forth maybe you get twins a year.
Still.
A year. That would take forever.
If we're gonna live, if all of the Israelites are going to be perfected and never die, and in the mindset that woman and other Israelites have, that we will only have one wife, that means that there will be women that will be without husbands. So that's selfish to those women.
Exactly.
Because the number of women to men is 7 to 1.
Yeah.
Lord created that way on purpose.
Exactly.
So that we could be fruitful and multiply.
That was the first commandment that was given to mankind.
I'm gonna finish it out. It says the husband could divorce the wife, but she could not divorce him. You see, it's totally opposite in this society.
It's backwards here, man.
Right? It says the father of a family had the power of life and death over his children.
But even with the divorce, all right, that's only under certain circumstances, though, man.
Right.
The woman had to do something that was worthy of that. You couldn't just be, I don't want to deal with you no more, just put her away. No.
Right. There had to be an offense that would cause the bill of divorcement
Which
to actually
majority of that offense was her committing adultery.
Exactly.
That's the point. So the point of me reading that is that even these scholars, they know what it is, man.
Right.
Right?
It's just nature.
Right.
Like I said, you look at the animal kingdom. All right, you see very few monogamous animal species. The majority of the animals are in polygamous style of living. Shit, even trees. You got male and female trees, man. You know? So that lets it be known. Nature itself shows you that men are supposed to have multiple wives, man. It's just common sense, man.
And again, if your thinking is that it should be one male, one female, a monogamous relationship, what about those other women in the kingdom? What are they gonna do?
Because see, it's that mindset again.
It's
man.
that Western mind.
Read that again. It's a scripture.
Because as the Quran had brought out in his Zondervan, clearly the way how the God of the Bible views marriage is completely different from how it's associated in the West, man.
Yeah, the one matter of fact. Let me read this real quick because I brought it out when Zaquan Manata Zapba did his lesson. But I had it because when he was going into those points, it just reminded me of the notes that I had. But going back, this is marriage in ancient Rome. This is off the Wikipedia. It says marriage in ancient Rome was a strictly monogamous institution.
Bullshit.
A Roman citizen by law could have only one spouse at a time.
So that lets you know that's monogamy is an Edomite custom, man.
Yeah.
And that goes to show you that this is why the scriptures say that this is the revival of that beast, man.
Yeah.
If I could add too, a lot of those kingdoms that had like it was the monogamy and then also like bestiality and then like the same sex type stuff. They all pretty much push for the opposite of what we actually had in the kingdom. Not the kingdom, but what was in the ancient world.
Because even with that, we're talking about the monogamy. A lot of them Edomites had little boy sex slaves, man.
Right.
So they had the woman, but then they would fuck little boys though, man.
That's still going on.
I forgot the word what they called them, but
I meant to say population control. That's what I was
yeah, and that's ultimately what monogamy is now. Because it's unnatural for a man to just want one woman for the rest of his life, man.
Right. That's
You
why
know?
every man, when they walk down with their girl on the street and they see another woman walk by,
It's innate. It's innate for you to look and want that because back in the ancient world, in the ancient world, you saw something you liked, you went and got it.
Right.
It wasn't. No, I had to take you out to dinner. I had to get to know you. No, and dating when you go into the orders of dating, it goes back to prostitution. Because the same way you used to do prostitution back then, that's modern day dating now. When you wanted to get a prostitute, you were literally, like in the early America, you were literally, the prostitution was illegal. So you had to go take her out, do just like how a date does now, and then you would take her home with property. Because if they found out that you have this for sex purposes, you get locked up. So
you have to play the game.
You have to play the game. So right now, this dating is modern day prostitution, and especially now, man.
Yeah, because what's the difference?
There is no difference, man. Because women have been romanticized, man. That Disney played a big part in that, man. You got a goddamn treat the bitch like a princess, but she ain't giving you nothing in return, man.
Yeah, romance is not for the fantasy.
Yeah, this goes back to Rome.
This is Romans chapter 12 and verse 1. I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable unto the Most High, which is your reasonable service.
It's our reasonable service, go ahead.
And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, because Jeremiah 16 tells you to look for the old path, which is the good way. Things worked back then, man. That's why when you look at how these Israelites are bucking up against the truth now, because they know they're Israelites, but they didn't put on the full cover.
right?
These niggas read the Bible with an American mindset.
It don't work.
That's why you get offended when these scriptures come out and this understanding comes out. That's why you get emotional about Israelite man having multiple wives in the kingdom.
That's why I said let go of the weak nature.
Yeah,
And weak nature is the customs of this world.
because the mentality of men in today's society have been pussified so much to where you have to submit to the will of your woman. This is where all this is coming from. Because really, it's a low form of woman worship.
It's a matriarch.
You know?
It's not a patriarch.
Queen of heaven, man. That queen of heaven vibration is going to be done away with.
Yeah.
All right?
All these women got liberty just to do what the hell they want.
Right.
And then, no, sorry, go ahead.
No, and that queen of heaven spirit, that vibration, goes back to Canaanite and Egyptian worship, man.
Semiramis and Ishtar.
All that, man. That's what them Canaanites, them dirty ass Canaanite Hamites was doing, man.
Because they looked at the woman as a symbol of fertility.
Right.
Which we understand. Yes, the woman plays an integral part, a beautiful role in her right nature. These bitches now, and we call you bitches because that's what you are.
Right.
Because when you, in the GNT, somebody get that where it says a shameless woman shall be counted as a dog, get that in the GNT. And the scripture literally call you women bitches, man.
Right.
You know? Because a woman that's outside of her natural order, man, she's useless, man.
Yep.
All right. So when you're in your right nature, you play a beautiful part, man. Because you are that maternal instinct is the nurturer for the children to bring them up the right way.
Yeah, but see, now women have viewed that role as being a nurturer and taking care of the home and cooking as oppression.
And
That's
because
rigor.
thanks to
I am
feminism,
oppressed.
thanks to people like Gloria Steinem, you know,
Which was an Amalekite. Gloria Steinem was an Amalekite.
Yeah, she's smart.
you know, but it's other ones that came before her. I can't think the name off top. You know, I can listen to them, though, but pretty much feminism is what did that, because during like the first and second wave of feminism, that's when they was pushing on women to pretty much put your matriarchal or your marriage duty to the back and follow your dreams, man.
Right.
And then as the third, fourth wave started coming in, that's when we see the woman become militarized against the man. But it was all a seed that was planted by the Rockefellers to pretty much get it to where they wanted the woman out the household so that number one, they could tax them, and then number two, so that they can indoctrinate the children, man.
Yeah, it was an Edomite woman thing. You know what I'm saying? Then she pushed that shit on the Israelite woman, because the Israelite woman was with her husband.
And on top of that, since you said that, when you go into it, the Edomite woman didn't want the black woman to be a part of feminism anyways, man. But then they saw how lucrative that was going to be for them, and the destruction was going. That's why they ended up bringing the black women in. But first, the Edomite women didn't want the black women in with that shit, man. Right. So you don't realize you've been led into the snare, man.
Once again,
Beguiled.
you're the in and out.
Beguiled.
So all goes back to why you need a man to hate you. And then one more thing before we get back to the scriptures dealing with the multiple women thing. When you go into the benefits of polygamy, that actually lessens the burden that you have to have on you. Because when you have sister wives, that means you can share responsibilities with the children, with the house, even with the man. Because for you bitches that want to say that, yeah, you're going to be a one man, you know how you women are, man. You're going to get sick and tired of seeing your man's face every single day too. So at that same time, we understand that, look, that's going to be beneficial for you. That's why, once again, Romans 2, you got to have your mind reshaped, man.
The ancient way, look, the ancient way works.
Yeah.
Simply put, man, the ancient way is the right way, man. All of this new modern shit is why the society and people in there are destroyed today.
That's why these damn women got damn depressed, man.
You know?
That's why they depressed, anxiety and depression.
Because they wanted to take on the role of the man. And women, by nature, are not made to hold stresses. That's why women love comfort. They don't want, they're not built to hold stress like a man do, man. That's why the brother said, all this shit began to pretty much pile on them because they're not built to take on all this shit, man.
Right. And if I could add too, all of this dysfunction is why you see the state of the world in the way it is now. The mindset of the people, it's because people are not operating in their proper way. If everybody was, if the men and the women were to get in their natural order, things would actually work how they're supposed to, because that's how we were programmed to be. But when you sidestep and deviate from the path that the Lord has set up for our people, for the man to play a certain role and the woman to play a certain role and then come together as a union, then things will work. But people don't want to do that.
Because people are selfish. Specifically women are selfish. They don't want to share the wealth. Because at the end of the day, matter of fact, you might as well go ahead and get it. Because women is in the mindset of we don't belong to the man belongs to us. And that's the problem. Because your mind stays fucked up, man.
True. Right. This is 1 Corinthians 11:2. It says, "Now I praise you, brethren, that ye remember me in all things and keep the ordinances as I delivered them to you." It says, "But I will have you know that the head of every man is Hamashiach, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of the Most High, and the head of Hamashiach is the Most High." Hey, so that was the order that the Lord established, and that's what works. You see, this Western mindset is not working. We can see that. That's why it's been articles to where like it's like 50% less childbirths in this present moment.
Yeah, everywhere around the planet Earth, where the Western mindset has spread, has destroyed societies.
Man.
Right?
There's actual imagery. I'm gonna put it in the screen. When America went over to the Middle East region, before and then after, it's like night and day.
Bro, when you look at America, when Gad and Reuben was over here, man, this was a beautiful land. And then when Esau came over here, we see what we see now. This is hell. Put it in.
Well, wherever the mindset of the West spreads, corruption follows, man.
Because this is the byproduct of democracy. When you break down democracy, it literally means demon rule. And this is what happens when you let a demon rule. Death follows.
Feminism, sodomy, transformism.
Nastiness.
No order, children out of order.
Trueness.
You know what I'm saying? Just the lack of education. Everybody's stupid as fuck. You know what I'm saying? But that's how the world views America, man.
Exactly.
Everybody sees that Westernization is a failure, man.
And that's why the nations are mad now. Because they saw it. They drank of the Babylon juice.
Get that, Jeremiah.
And they no longer like it.
Somebody get that.
I got it.
I'll get that and then go ahead.
This is Sirach 26 and verse 25.
Romans 12.
This is Romans chapter 12 and verse 2. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High.
And what that is all everything that's in this book, man. All right, you can't add or take away nothing else that you want out of there, man. It's all good for you. That's why the Lord told Ezekiel, the angel told Ezekiel, to eat the whole roll. Everything. The good, the bad, and the ugly. And you get understanding on the bad and the ugly. Because it just makes sense when you look at it with a sound mind. All right? When you use logic, you understand why the Lord says, when I give you this land, go kill all the people out of it, take down all the idols, cut down all the groves. Because when you leave remnants of the people that was there past, you saw Jake going into all type of idolatry, and then Israel was getting fucked up. You had to figure out who brought the wickedness in there. They had to get put out. It was on the system the Lord had set up there. If you just operated like He told you to, everything would run fine, man.
The Lord made it good. The way He set up was good. Perfect. You know, you got it, brother.
Lamentations 4:22, right?
Yep.
This is Lamentations chapter
21.
Lamentations 4 and 21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz.
No, I'm looking for it right now.
Yeah. Shalak here.
You got it.
Yep. You get that Jeremiah.
I got it.
We'll come back to it.
I got it.
Yep.
This is Ephesians chapter 4.
There we go.
Ephesians
4
chapter 4.
and 21, right? 4
Got
and
it,
21,
yep.
right?
Ephesians chapter 4 and verse 21. We is lamenting though.
There it is. We want the new bodies.
Yep. If so be that ye have heard him and have been taught by him, as the truth is in Yahweh Shai, that ye put off concerning the former conversation, the old man, which is corrupt according to is corrupt according to the deceitful lust.
Right. And a lot of these jakes haven't put off the old man. You know, you still in this thing with a westernized type of mindset, with an American viewpoint.
Right.
You're an Israelite thinking like an American.
Right. It ain't gonna work. You're gonna have trouble every time with the
Yeah, you
scripture.
still got
Right.
bacon there though.
You know?
Because it says the former conversation of the old man, and when you read Ephesians, the 2nd chapter, it speaks about how we were once in former conversations with the way of the world, which is which is now working through the spirit, the children of disobedience.
Right.
Ephesians chapter 4 and 23, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind.
You gotta be renewed in the spirit of your mind, man. You gotta throw out all of this old American mindset. You gotta put that bullshit out the door, man.
Right.
Right? Because you're not gonna be able to connect with the scriptures, man.
You're going to have a blockage in your spirit because you refuse to fully accept how about you know for years.
Right.
Yep. Go ahead, you can read on.
Come. And that ye put on the new man, which after Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai is created in righteousness.
Right, because when you were baptized by this word, the old man died. All right, and you are created as a new creature in your house, man. So that means everything has to change.
Right.
All right. Go ahead.
It says, which after Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai is created in righteousness and true holiness.
Your righteousness and true holiness, man. All right. Now fixing your ways on what the book says all the way, because a lot of the mindsets that you cling to, you got from Esau.
Right.
Esau told you it's not okay for you to have multiple wives. When you forget that when you got brought over here on slave boats in captivity, on the plantation we had multiple wives, man. And guess what? The marriages worked better back then in the plantation, man.
Esau taught you how to think like him.
Exactly.
Right. The scriptures say what? 2 is better than 1, right?
But the Lord also said what? Envy not thy oppressor, choose
None of his ways. All this shit is poison, man. You niggas have gotten significantly worse since taking on the ways of Esau, man. You on his colleges. All right. Look, because I was watching the elder in Baltimore. Bible defenders.
Yeah.
I was watching his page. He's going into that. They did the Nature Boy and all them African athletes or whatever. And pretty much, they got their understanding from HBCUs, which are Edomite think tanks, man.
Edomite. HBCUs are owned by Edomites. A lot of them so-called big-time schools and the schools that Jake like to go to, Edomites sent them schools.
And a lot of HBCUs are named after the elites, man.
Yeah.
So that goes to show you everything that you learned here was learned by a fucking devil. It's taught to you by a devil.
Yeah, your culture was given to you by Esau. Even black culture, we always talk about that. Two Amalekites, man. Frank Boaz and Melville Hershkovich. Right? The founding fathers of black culture or so-called African American studies.
Right.
Right?
So understand, a nigga was a
Egyptology. Right? The forefathers of Egyptology are all Edomites, man.
yeah. Take that's that shit. Who's the one that deciphered the hieroglyphics? Was the Edomite.
Right. So they basically created a culture to keep you separated from your true heritage, man. That's how real this war is, man. See, you walking around, we just came out of February, niggas was all high ho, Black History Month, all that bullshit, man.
Right.
Right? The same shit, you know?
And now this month is Women History Month.
It never stops.
It never
And
stops.
then we're going to go from that to Mother's Day. People going to follow right over Father's Day and then get into some other bullshit.
Yeah, it's all of this. These devils went through all of these lengths and loops to keep you permanently detached from your excellency, man. That's what it's
Right.
about.
Right.
You know? What you have? You got something real quick?
I got something. This is Jeremiah chapter 10 and verse 2. It says, "Thus saith the Lord, learn out the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven.
That's right.
For the heathen are dismayed at them, for the customs of the people are vain. For one cutteth the tree out of the forest, and the work of the hands of the workman with an axe." So pretty much learn out the way of the heathen, you know, because pretty much it goes into vanity, you know.
Right.
And ultimately going into the ways of the heathen, a lot of that stuff is pretty much against the laws, you know.
Right.
And as Israelites, we were made to serve the Lord.
That's right. We were made to be holy. We were a holy people, to be separate. And that standard is the standard that the Lord had given unto us to be able to have what? A domicile of kings. Because that order of a domicile of kings has to be set in a certain fashion. And what would that be? Based upon the law, statutes, and commandments, the ordinance.
That's the world that's coming, man. The world to come, known as the kingdom of heaven. All right, the kingdom of Yahweh Ba'ashim al-Shah is going to be ruled and governed by the law, statutes, and commandments.
That's right.
Right, that's what's going to bring the earth back to righteousness. This is what the planet Earth needs. This is what you niggas don't understand, man. Right?
They lack that vision.
That's it, man. And what the scriptures say, when they lack the vision, the people perish. And 2/3 of you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, and Hispanics going to perish.
That's right.
43-7.
I got something for you, Zaquan. This is Deuteronomy 7 and 6.
Right.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord Yahweh thy power.
That's right.
The Lord Yahweh thy power hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth. Okay? So what? The nation of Israel, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, and Latinos are truly God's chosen people. Chosen to do what? To operate in the standard that he had given unto you. Started with our foreparents, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and dispersed amongst the 12 tribes of Israel. Okay, that standard still rests upon our shoulders, and it's our duty, it's our task, as the scriptures tell us in Ecclesiastes 12 and 13, to keep the commandments. This is the whole duty of man. Okay, to operate, because everything else is just going to flow.
That's right.
That's the world we seek for. Go to Micah 4.
God. You wanted the ladder?
You can start at the top.
God.
You got Michael?
I was going to grab you. Got it? You got it.
Micah 4.
Start at the top.
This is Micah chapter 4 and verse 1. But in the last days it shall come to pass that the mountain of the house of the Lord shall be established at the top of the mountains, and it shall be exalted above the hills, and people shall flow unto it.
Right. Read that for me again, Slide.
Micah 4 and 1. It says, but in the last days it shall come to pass that the mountain of the house of the Lord shall be established at the top of the mountain.
Right, so this is order that's going to be set up in the kingdom of heaven, man. Right? Go ahead.
And it shall be exalted above the hills, and people shall float unto it.
What's going to be exalted above the hills? You talking about the government of Israel, man. That's going to be the top mountain pursuant to Isaiah, the 2nd chapter, man. You got it?
It's Isaiah chapter 2, verse 2. It says, it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountain.
Right, dealing with Jerusalem. That's going to be the government headquarters, so to speak, which is going to govern the earth and the universe. Right? Any more?
And it says, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow into it.
Yeah, it shall be exalted above the hills representing the other nations, the heathen nations. All nations are going to flow into it because the standard is going to be the law. Right?
And it says, many people shall go and say, come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord.
Right, so that shows you that them damn devils over there, this ain't that prophecy don't apply to right now.
No, it don't apply to
Nobody flowing over there to the land of Israel right now to learn the ways of these 48ers.
Right, they shoot rockets over there.
Right, that shit getting blown up.
Exactly.
Make it make sense.
Exactly. It says, and many people shall say, come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the power of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways.
Right, you know how wonderful that's going to be? Right? Hey, hold that one in Deuteronomy where they show this is a great and wise and understanding people. That's what the nation's going to say. Why? Because the world is going to finally realize that they need the law, statutes, and commandments. They need it. The world is going to understand that order was needed. That's what brought the earth back into fruitfulness, man. Back to prosperity, so to speak, you know?
People starting to see that now.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 6. It says, keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations.
This is your wisdom and understanding in the sight of the nations, the laws, statutes, commandments, the ways of the righteous ways of the Lord, right?
Which shall hear these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people.
Right, that's what the nation's going to say. Because they're going to see that the correct way of Yahweh Shem Yahushua is the way.
Yep, that's the way of the land.
Right.
That's the true way. They're going to see that everything's flourishing under the law, statute, and commandments of Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
This is how the earth should have been ran in the first place.
Yep.
You know, go ahead.
Verse 7, Deuteronomy 4:7.
Because the earth is going to go back to what? To the Garden of Eden, man.
Yep.
Paradise. Right? And the nations are going to actually enjoy the earth.
Yep. Yep.
Right? Go ahead.
It says, for what nation is there so great, whom have Yahweh so nigh unto them?
Right.
As the Lord in power is in all things, what we call upon for him.
There you go, man. So basically that recognition is going to come back upon the Lord's people, as it says in Isaiah 62. Get that real quick, then we'll go back to that mic and whoever's holding that. You got something? Go ahead, brother.
Proverbs chapter 2 and verse 21.
Yep.
It reads, for the upright shall dwell in the land, and the perfect shall remain in it. And as the elder and the brothers have been going into, right, we don't see the perfect in the land right now, man. The perfect are over in captivity as we speak, man. Right? So as we go, once the kingdom is established, then the upright, the perfect, the righteous are going to be in the land. It reads, but the wicked shall be cut off from the earth, and the transgressors shall be rooted out of it. So as you're reading the scriptures that tell you, one that is profitable will be set up, man.
Yep.
Right? So the transgressors, the wicked, all wickedness is going to be uprooted from existence, man. And then that righteous is going to be able to flourish and thrive in the earth.
I get something real quick. This is Proverbs 29 and verse.
See, the whole earth, the whole planet Earth, including the people in it, are going to benefit from the law, statutes, commandments of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. Right?
This is Proverbs 29 and verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
Yep.
So the heathen are going to be rejoicing in that day, right? Even though they don't want it to happen, it's going to happen,
Right.
and they're going to be living in peace in that day.
Deep down there.
Right.
That's why you hear seeing things from find out.
So that's the scriptures speak about that, how the whole creation
Groaneth.
Yep, that's including people.
It says, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn.
And when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. This is why. What does Esau have done? He's totally done away with the original standard of the Lord. He set up his own way, man. This is why he's pushing this whole transhumanism bullshit, the merging man with machine, right? Genetically modified organisms, right? The food is fake. He's spraying all this bullshit in the air. The ocean is toxic. Animals beaching themselves. Everything is dying around the planet. Why? Because he's taking away the original standard of the Lord away. Right? The earth is in malfunction.
I just could say the earth is defiled under the heaven.
There you go. That's it.
Transgression of laws, man.
You got Romans, Jeremiah chapter 12 and verse 4. It says, how long shall the land mourn and the herbs of every field wither?
Right.
For the wickedness of them that dwell therein, the beasts are consumed and the birds, because they said, he shall not see our last end.
Yeah.
Too much the earth is defiled. You know, Esau has put things into the atmosphere. You know, he put his trash in the ocean. You know, he got mountains of trash. You know, like you go to Virginia, they got Mount Trashmore where they'll burn the trash and pretty much just put grass over it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And you got to think about all the and when you do and you can do this just on the record, man. The research is out there, man. All the satellites that are in orbit. This man has like thousands upon thousands of satellites in orbit, and what's giving off them satellites is the damn radiation, man. These cell phones that we got, these towers that they're setting up.
A lot of them satellites are just falling out, malfunctioning, and just floating out in space.
There you go.
Space.
They got what's called space junk. out
Yeah,
there.
space junk. Yeah.
And they say even if they wanted to go back to the moon, they couldn't because there's so much shit in the atmosphere right
Go,
now.
man. So this nigga gotta go, man. You know, you got it, brother.
All right, let's jump back. Isaiah chapter 6, verse 3. It says, many people shall go and say, come ye and let us go to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the power of Jacob. And he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths.
We will walk in his paths. Right? That's the standard. All right? Go ahead.
And it says, for out of Zion shall go forth the law. It says, out of Zion shall go forth the law.
Out of Zion shall go forth the law. All right? That's the image that's going to be established in the earth. All right? The righteous and divine ways of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. Go ahead.
And it says, in the word of the Lord from Jerusalem.
Yep.
And it says,
In the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. Right? That, like we said, that's going to be the headquarters where order is going to be established. All right? Go ahead.
verse 4, it says, and he shall judge among the nations and shall rebuke many people, and there shall beat their swords and plowshares and their spears and their pruning hooks.
Right.
Nation shall not lift up sword, and nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore.
Neither should they learn war anymore. So if these people in the land of Israel are the true biblical Israelites, then why the hell is there still war on the earth?
Exactly.
The scriptures say when the true Israelites are in power, it's not going to be no more war. What's going on in Gaza right now? Bombs is dropping. People are dying. Right? They said, hey, there's so much death that's going on, they can't even put the people in body bags. Right? So something adding up. Right? Go ahead.
All right. And it says, verse 5, it says, O house of Jacob, come ye and let us walk in the light of the Lord.
Yep.
Therefore hast forsaken thy people in the house of Jacob, because thou be replenished from the east, and salt soothsayers like the Philistines, they please themselves in the children of strangers.
That's the point. Give me that one in Isaiah 62. And go back to Micah the 4th chapter. We'll start back at the top. Yeah, 1 through 3 real quick, because I talked about how the recognition, all right, is going to come back to the Lord's people, man. All right? Go ahead.
This is Isaiah chapter 62 and verse 1.
And that's happening now by the way of this truth. All right, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that's going out to the four corners of the earth. Because people are, hey, we talk about it all the time, man. Esau, all right, these people that claim to be the true people of the Lord is constantly under scrutiny, man. Right? The biblical passages and what's going on in the planet Earth, it ain't adding up. Right? You got it, brother.
God, this is Isaiah 62 and verse 1. For Zion's sake will I not hold my peace. And for Jerusalem's sake will I not rest. Until the righteousness thereof go forth as a brightness, and the salvation thereof as a lamp that burneth.
Yeah, and salvation thereof is a lamp that burneth. So meaning that lamp tied back to the light. The light is representative of what? Of the spirit of Yahweh Shah, man. Which is coming in the form of the prophets right now, man. Right? Read on.
Verse 2. And the Gentiles say, thy righteousness, and all kings thy glory, and thou shalt be called by a new name.
Yeah, see, thou should be called by a new name, because right now what's happening, the Lord is going to refresh our status, so to speak, man. You know? Go ahead.
Renewed everything.
Exactly.
It says, which the mouth of Yahweh shall name.
That's right. Keep going.
Thou shalt be a crown of glory in the hand of Yahweh, and a royal diadem in the hand of thy power.
Yeah. Read that again.
Verse 3. Thou shalt be a crown of glory in the hand of Yahweh,
Yep.
and a royal diadem in the hand of thy power.
In a royal diadem. All right. That goes back to like a head turban. That's what a diadem is. Meaning that the Israelites will go back to their head position as the rightful rulers of the world. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 4. Thou shalt no more be termed forsaken.
Yes, see, thou shalt be no more termed forsaken. Right now, Esau and these nations look at us as a forsaken people. You know, we don't have a standing army. We don't have a power. Right? We're at the bottom. We're non-existent. Our life doesn't matter. You just slaves. You know? Go ahead.
It says, neither shall thy land any more be termed desolate.
Yep.
But thou shalt be called Hephzibah.
Hephzibah, which means, what's it mean?
I believe it's joined unto it.
Yeah, join unto her. My delight is in her. My delight is in her. Because pursuing to Jeremiah 6 and 2, Israel is likened unto a comely and delicate woman. Right? You had it?
I got something.
Yep.
In Isaiah 16, verse 14, it says, the sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee. And all they that despise thee shall bow themselves down to the soles of thy feet. They shall call thee the city of the Lord, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel, whereas thou hast been forsaken and hated. Isaiah 16, verse 15, whereas thou hast been forsaken and hated, so that no man went through thee, I will make thee an eternal excellency, a joy of many generations.
You break it down.
Kind of pretty much going into the kingdom, we can get that name of renown thing, you know?
Status.
Yeah, the sons of God. You know?
It's the text commentary, rather, of Isaiah 62, verse 4. It reads, Jerusalem knew the experience of war and defeat and desolation. The Most High's people knew what it was like to feel forsaken and desolate. So it was as if they could take those names. It says, the days of the forsaken and desolate will one day pass. There will one day again be the Zion and the Most High's people.
Ooh, one day again. It's coming back. Our glory is coming back, man. It's going to happen through Yahweh Shah, man. You got it, brother.
It says, Zion and the Most High's people will know that the Most High delights in them. Hephzibah means my delight is in her. There will come a day when Zion and the Most High's people will know the unbroken presence and love of the Most High, as a wife should know the presence and love of her husband.
Yeah, hey, it's coming back. You know, we're being, right now, through the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, we're being joined back to our husband. We're being restored. Because remember, Jeremiah the 3rd chapter goes into that. How Israel dealt treacherously with the Most High. Right? Can you get that real quick? Jeremiah, one of y'all, Jeremiah 3 and like 14, and then jump from 14 to verse 20. Right?
Jeremiah.
Because we were the wife of the Lord that played the harlot. You know?
This is Jeremiah chapter 3 and verse 14, right?
Yeah, verse 14.
God, it says, turn, O backsliding children, saith Yahweh, for I am married unto you.
See that? I am married unto you. You see that? And how are we married unto the Lord? By the way of the covenants, man. Right? The old and the new.
So when you break down,
Read on.
It says, and I will take you one of a city and two of a family, and will bring you to Zion. And I will give you pastors according to mine heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding.
And the true pastors of the Lord, the true pastors of the Lord are the prophets, man. All right? Jump to verse 20.
Verse 20. Surely as a wife treacherously departed from her husband, so have ye dealt treacherously with me.
Surely as a wife departed from her husband, surely have we dealt treacherously with him. Right? We played the harlot, man.
We went after all these strange gods, man. We started worshiping the heathen nations, idols. And this is what you see Jake's into now, man. Jake is still in that mindset of playing the harlot.
That's why we fell as a nation, man. Got put into hardcore slavery. We lost our identity, our heritage. We were called by another name. You know, constantly oppressed. Read the curses in Deuteronomy 28, verses 15 on down. Gives you the whole rundown of the condition of the Lord's people. Right? Anymore? If not, go back to Isaiah 62 and read down the chord, and we'll jump back to Mike.
You got it. Just backing off how Israel was likened unto an adulterous woman, right? This is Ezekiel chapter 16 and verse 30. How weak is thy heart, saith the Lord power, seeing thou doest all these things, the work of an impetuous and whorish woman. And thou, it's like, in that thou buildest thine intimate place in thine head of every way, and makest thine high place in every street, and hast not been as an harlot, and thou, and hast not been as an harlot in that thou scornest higher. So look at that in the NLT. Ezekiel 16 and 30. It says, but as a wife that committeth adultery, which taketh strangers instead of her husband, they give gifts to all whores, but thou givest thy gifts to all thy lovers.
Man, hey, just sleeping around, committing spiritual adultery against the Most High. There was a video on World Star I saw today. It was some apartment complex, and I guess some guy had a camera, a ring camera on his door, so he could see directly across the street of this bigger woman that stayed across. And like in the middle of the night, it had at least 8 to 10 dudes coming in and out of the apartment. Like in a matter of like 30 minutes to an hour, you see another guy just keep coming in, coming out, coming in, coming out. And these are all different guys, man. It was terrible, man. Right? But that's how we were to the Most High. Right? Following after these idols, these strange doctrines, right? Worshiping these false gods, right? You got it, bro.
Ezekiel 16 and 33. They give gifts to all whores, but thou givest thy gifts to all thy lovers, and hires them that they may come unto thee on every side for thy whoredom. So like you said, they come in innumerable abundance, man, right? And the contrary is in thee from other women in thy whoredoms, whereas none followeth thee to commit whoredoms, and in that thou givest a reward, and no reward is given unto thee. Therefore thou art contrary. So like a prostitute who's not getting paid, that's how Israel looks when they go off into these false doctrines, man. Because there's no benefit, there's no reward for it, man.
Remember, this is Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 12. For the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication, and the invention of them, the corruption of life.
Right, going back to what? To the sons of God. All right, going back to the time of Adam, man. Right, the sons of God fell what? To idolatry, man. Right, and then at that point in time, the earth was so wicked, the Lord, he sent the flood upon the world.
That has always been Jake's, Achilles heel. Yep. Always falling for different idols, strange women.
Exactly. The scriptures command us to stay away from the strange woman. Those philosophies. What you got, bro? You have something else?
This is Ezekiel chapter 16, verse 30 NLT. What a sick heart you have, says the sovereign Lord, to do such things as these, acting like a shameless prostitute. You build your pagan shrines on every street corner, and your altars to idols in every square.
You see that with Jake and these Christian churches, man. Now you got mosques popping up everywhere, right? You got all different manners of houses of worship that aren't worshiping Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai.
In fact, you have been worse than a prostitute, so eager for sin that you have not even demanded payment.
Right, so they're so eager, as it says, their feet running to iniquity, man. Right, so Jake is out here willingly sinning with no benefits, man.
Jake fucking free, man.
Jake,
Nasty bitch.
The scriptures tell you you have sold yourselves for naught.
Man.
You have sold yourselves for nothing.
But it's crazy though how the Lord used the analogy of an adulterous woman compared to his people, man. So when you think about an adulterous woman and in the comparison of the spirit, it's heavy, man.
Right. Because if you had a woman that was your wife, and here it is, you done took her back several times over, and you want her to do right by herself, so y'all can be on good terms, and she just keep fucking up. It's like, damn, bitch, you lucky. Ooh. Lucky I got jealousy for you, bitch, because I gotta send my son to situate this out.
And what's that rapper, the Baby, right? He said some funny shit. He said pretty much all these women is pretty much his hoes. He said, so you just gonna have to wipe a hole and hope that she stop hoping.
And good luck with that. And good luck with that. Because
Hey, when I heard that
once it's
shit,
in-
I was crying, man.
Hey, because on's it's in them, it's in them.
That's it, man.
That's 2/3. That's
You
sin
know?
is in them, man. They don't want to let it go.
But even when he said that shit, I was crying. God damn. That's how you know, hey, we gotta get the fuck out of here, man. Pray for the best. Yeah, you just gotta
Pray for the best
You gotta
of the
pray the
worst.
whole out this bitch,
You
man.
gotta pray for the best of the worst.
Hey, you better anoint them and all that, bro.
God damn, man, we gotta get the fuck out of here, man. You got it. You got it, brother. Whoever got
God
it.
damn.
Ezekiel 16:32,
Right.
NLT. Yes, you are an adulterous wife who takes in strangers instead of her own husband.
Right.
Prostitutes charge for their services, but not you.
Damn, but that show you how finished Jake is, bro.
You give gifts to your lovers, bribing them to come and have sex with you.
Go.
Begging. Begging, bro. But
And look how Jake is now. Want to be accepted by everybody and everything. You know, hold on to these other philosophies, these idols, doing all of this except coming back to their true power, their real husband.
And it don't take much for Jake either. As long as Esau throw him something, they'll with it, man.
That's it.
That's it. The scripture said, what is that, Jeremiah 2? It says that, why trimmest thy ways to seek love?
Yep.
You trimmest the ways of the Heavenly Father to be loved of the world, man.
Facts.
To be likened unto your enemies, man.
Facts.
Which is gonna lead to your destruction, man. So the Lord's justified for killing you niggas, man. 'Cause you niggas is going too far.
Wait, it's beyond that. What you got? What was we on?
Isaiah 62.
Yeah. Read verse 3 again. Read down to 4, and then we'll jump back to Micah unless you hold something.
This is Isaiah 62 and verse 3.
We just in the spirit, just
Thou shalt also be a crown of glory in the hand of Yahweh,
Yep.
and a royal diadem in the hand of thy power.
Yeah, a royal diadem in the hand of thy power. Go ahead.
Verse 4. Thou shalt no more be termed forsaken,
Yep.
neither shall thy land be termed desolate.
Yep. And Israel is a people before us a place. But not only are we going to be restored as a nation, but the land of Israel is going to be restored too. All right? Because remember, the Lord got to cleanse that land with fire first before we get restored back in the land, because the scriptures tell us, according to prophecy, that the Lord is going to physically put us back into the land. Go ahead.
But thou shalt be called Hephzibah,
Yep.
and thy land Beulah.
Hephzibah, by delight is in her. Beulah, which means join unto? Join unto me. Go ahead.
For Yahweh delighteth in thee, see, and thy land shall be married.
And thy land shall be married. We're gonna be back joined with our power, with our true husband again. All right? And that's happening now by the way of this knowledge.
Yep.
Right? Any more?
Verse 5 it says, For as a young man marrieth a virgin, so shall thy sons marry thee.
As a young man marrieth a virgin, so shall thy sons marry thee. Go ahead.
And as a bridegroom rejoiceth over the bride, so shall thy power rejoice over
There
thee.
you go, man.
It means to be married.
To be married, so we're gonna be joined again.
Right.
Right? And it's gonna be by the way of that second covenant, man.
Right. Because that's the marriage feast right there.
There you go.
That second covenant where the Lord is, because you made the point earlier about how the Lord would make the point about Israel being unto a woman.
Right.
And when you think about that in the sense of you dealing with a woman, the marriage ceremony, you would have to do what? You would have to lay with the woman, and then your spirit will be put upon that woman. So when we enter into that second covenant, the Lord is going to put his spirit onto us to where we're going to be perfected. May I get that in Jeremiah? Jeremiah chapter 31. Jeremiah chapter 31 and verse 31. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. Speaking of the southern and the northern kingdoms. Right? Israel being the northern kingdom, Judah being the southern kingdom. Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt, which my covenant they break, although I was an husband unto them, saith the Lord Yahweh. And the covenant that was established, as we always say, the law is perfect. It was just that we were in these corrupted bodies, this flesh. So we were never able to uphold that covenant with perfection. Verse 33. But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel. After those days, saith the Lord Yahweh, I will put my law in their inward parts, and write it in their hearts.
Yeah.
And they and will be their power, and they shall be my people.
We never gonna sin again.
Right.
We're gonna have the law, statutes, commandments embedded in us.
Right.
Right? Because ultimately what? Sin is what separated us from the Lord.
Right.
Right?
Exactly. And that's what you Jakes really have to look forward to, man. You know, Jake is always wondering about these theatrics of, oh, I want to fly across the sky. Oh, why you telling me I can't? My man gonna have multiple wives? Well, your focus should be when you get to the kingdom. What you have to look forward to is never offending the Lord ever again.
Right.
You're gonna be a nation of perfected people, and in turn, your mindset is gonna be perfected as well.
That's the most important.
That's the most important component, and it's not to be overlooked. Yes, we're gonna have slaves. Yes, we're gonna have multiple wives. Yes, we'll have concubines. We'll have resources. But the greatest thing of all of that, that's just added unto us because we've now been perfected.
Yeah. We're never gonna offend our Father again.
Exactly.
That's the greatest honor.
Yep.
You know? And Jake don't think like that though.
Right.
You know, all you niggas is worried about the wrong things, man.
Right. All of that is secondary, man.
Come on, man. The Lord is grooming us to put us in a position to be gods, to be kings, to be priests. You see what I'm saying? Like, you gotta elevate your way of thinking, man.
Yep.
Even a woman, her role is beautiful, man.
Right.
She's gonna be a perfect wife. You know how they say in a perfect world? Well, look, hey, that exists.
Perfect wife, perfect life.
You know? A perfect world does exist, and it's coming to the nation of Israel, man.
Right.
Starting with the elect.
Right. And
Right?
that transformation takes place now.
Come on,
as
man.
you said before. You got to take your mind up out of the West and go back to the East. Just look at the mindset of the West and what it's done to these people on a day-to-day basis. Can you really say with a surety that the mindset of the West is beneficial to you?
Right.
No, you cannot. Continuing on, Jeremiah 31:34. And they shall teach no more every man his neighbor and every man his brother, saying, Know the Lord Yahweh.
Right.
For they shall all know me, from the least of them unto the greatest of them.
Every Israelite that's born in the kingdom of heaven is gonna know Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man.
Right.
All right. We ain't gonna be out there with the 12 tribes sign like, hey brother, hey sister, where you at on the chart?
Right.
You know,
Right.
do you know who you are? All the Israel is gonna know the Lord, man.
Right. And that goes to show you that these people that say that we're already in the second covenant lack the understanding, because we're in that transition period. This period of grace where the Lord is heralding those to come to the marriage supper so that you can partake in this harmonious arrangement and perfection.
Right.
Right now we're in that betrothal period. What do you do with the betrothal period? What does the king do to his wife in the betrothal period? He pretty much grooms her to what his liking is, right? And then once it reaches that wedding ceremony, then she's already trained up. She already knows,
Right.
How to behave and everything. That's exactly what the Most High is doing to us right now.
That's beautiful.
In the face of all this wickedness.
Right.
So that's how you know she a real one.
Yeah, right.
You was holding me down when you was in this shit, you a real one. I'm fucking with you. Because you got all these other women, all these other people that's trying to take you up away from you. But you stood firmly for the name of Yahweh Shem Shai.
That's why in Revelation 14, get that about the virgins. Right? Somebody get that real quick and then we'll go back to what y'all was holding. All right? Tells you that the virgins wouldn't be defiled. You know? Revelation 14, verse 4. You got it, buddy. Talk loud.
So Revelation chapter 14 and verse 4. These are they which were not defiled with women.
These were they which were not defiled with women. All right? Who's the they? The elect. It says these are they that which were not defiled with women. All right? Those women represent those wayward philosophies, man. Them idols, the ways of the world.
Doctrines.
They're them doctrines. So the elect stuck to this. They stuck to the script. They stayed faithful and true to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, like you said. That's the real woman that was holding it down. You know?
I'ma stick by my man.
Right. That's right.
These were they that were not defiled with women,
Yep.
for they are virgins.
See, they were virgins. Right? It's not talking about that they didn't pop no other women. Right? It's talking about that they stayed pure to the doctrine. They didn't allow themselves to be corrupt, as you see a lot of these Israelites out here, man. Niggas corrupt with the world, trying to mix the world with the truth. right? Perverting the gospel, coming with their own breakdowns and shit, not sticking to what Yahweh Shai taught. You know, they stay faithful and true. Go ahead.
These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth.
Hey, in every story, when that woman stays faithful and true to that man, isn't she greatly rewarded by him?
Yep.
Right?
Even in the modern world, if you got a woman that holds you down, you be like, yo, I fuck with you.
Right. You gonna really take care
You
of her.
gonna really take care of her.
You gonna do it, give her your all.
Right.
You know? So how much more the Lord concerning his people?
Yep.
You see what I'm saying?
Hey, going into that text commentary we were reading in Isaiah 62, it said we often have a superficial idea of how precious we are to the Lord, man. So we can't imagine how valuable we are to him, man. That's why you can't put a measure on the reward that's going to come to the elect, man.
Yeah. That's the position that we hold out here ain't light, man. You know, hey, if we are those men, we're going to be rewarded for bringing Israel back to him. Right. Isaiah 49, man.
Historic. This is historic. This is the stuff that you read about our foreparents.
Yep.
Shit, we reading about it right now.
There's a point in Zechariah, the 7th chapter, before you read on. Let me see if I can find it. I forgot where it's at. Bear with me. Zechariah, the 7th chapter, I want to say. Give me 1 second. I can't think of it off the top of my head. I gotta read it. Salakia, read on, and then I'll come back to it. Read on what you had.
Revelation 14 and verse 4 again from the top. These are they which were not defiled with women, for they are virgins. These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth.
Right, faithful unto death.
These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto the Most High and to the Lamb.
Right, being first fruits unto the Most High, the elect of the nation of Israel that were predestinated, okay, to be preserved from the evils and judgments that are going to befall Babylon and Great America, man. Right. All right, that will be beamed up into the chariots to partake in the marriage supper, man. The marriage feast.
This is who Yahweh Shah was praying for in John 17th chapter, man.
Right. And Yahweh Shah, he prayed not to take us out of the world, but to preserve us from the evils. Okay.
You know what? I think I got it right here. Let me get that scripture and you can go back to what you was holding. This is, matter of fact, somebody read it for me. Zechariah chapter 8 and start at 7 and read down to 10.
Okay.
10 is the point.
This is Zechariah chapter 8. You said it 7?
Yeah, start at 7 and read to 10. 10 is the point.
Gotcha. This is Zechariah chapter 8 and verse, that's like, I started at 6.
Start at 6.
Zechariah 8 and 6. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, if it be marvelous in the eyes of the remnant of this people in these days, should it also be marvelous in mine eyes, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts.
Yep, that remnant, the first fruits that's coming to be gathered by the Lord. Right, go ahead.
Thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, behold, I will save my people from the east country, even from the west, and from the west country.
So the Lord said he's going to save his people from the east country and from the west country. The Lord said he's going to gather us from the four corners of the earth. All right, go ahead.
And I will bring them, and they shall dwell in the midst of Jerusalem, and they shall be my people.
Yeah, that's the heavenly tabernacle. Going back to what we talked about earlier, us being perfected under the second covenant. Right, read on.
And they shall be my people, and I will be their power in truth and in righteousness.
Right. Hey, you gotta understand, hey, we're gonna be perfected, man. Law, statute, commandment is gonna be embedded in us. It's gonna take away the heart of flesh, or the stony heart, and give us a heart of flesh. Right, go ahead.
Thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, let your hands be strong. Ye that hear in these days these words by the mouth of the prophets.
Right, so basically the prophets would be prophesying, as you see, in these last days. Right, read on.
Which were in the day that the foundation of the house of the Lord Yahweh of hosts was laid, that the temple might be built.
Right, and now going back to, was it Genesis, the 25th chapter? All right, when the foundation was laid, going back to Moses receiving the pattern from heaven to build that first temple, that tabernacle, so to speak. Right? Read on.
Verse 10. For before these days there was no hire for man, nor any hire for beast. Neither was there any peace to him that went out or came in because of the affliction.
Right, so where are we? What's going on in the earth right now, man? Wars, chaos, famines, food shortages, destruction worldwide.
Cost of living crisis.
All that's going on right now. But go on, read on.
For I set all men everyone against his neighbor. Verse 11.
Right, so in the midst of all of this going on, that spiritual temple is still being built, man. That's my point that I wanted to make, man. So in the midst of all of this hell that's going on the earth, all right, Yahweh Shem Yahushua is still raising up that third temple, that spiritual temple, man. All right, which is the elect, right? Those whom Yahweh when he comes are gonna be found faithful, man. That's how heavy this is right now, right? So the elect, you know, they're staying true to the Lord in the midst of all of this chaos, man.
Yep.
The word's still going out, the temple is still being erected, it's still being built in the spirit, as all of this is going on. You see?
Yep.
So that reward is gonna be heavy, man, for those who continue to endure this battle, right? That's the point I wanted to make. We go back to that.
You want me to finish out Jeremiah?
Yeah, you can finish it out.
God.
Jeremiah chapter 31 and verse 34. And they shall teach no more every man his neighbor, and every man his brother, saying, Know the Lord Yahweh. For they shall all know me, from the least of them unto the greatest of them, saith the Lord Yahweh.
That's right.
For I will forgive their iniquity, and I will remember their sin no more.
There you go, man. That's a beautiful thing, man. To have our sins wiped away clean. King David said that, man. Blessed the man who was found no sin, no transgression, no guile. Roughly paraphrasing, that's what, Psalms 32? And that's the position of the elect. Back in Revelation 14, as we read earlier, you know, the elect are going to stand, those first fruits are going to stand before the throne and be found without guile, without spot. You got it? Go ahead, brother.
So Revelation 14 and verse 5. And in their mouth was found no guile,
No lies, no deceit, right?
for they are without fault before the throne of the Most High.
Yeah, for they are without fault before the throne of the Most High. 2 Corinthians, the 5th chapter, tells that everybody going to have to stand before the throne of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. But those that are part of the elect are going to be found without fault, man. Right? Meaning your sins are going to be expunged. Your record going to be clean. Right? How heavy is that? Based off all the bullshit we did in this flesh, in this life, in our previous lives, man. Come on, man. We need that. We need to be found with the white stone.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Mercy.
Mercy. Go ahead, man.
So this is Psalms 103 and 11. It says, For as the heaven is high above the earth, so great is his mercy toward them that fear him, wanting to be elect on this side. It says, As far as the east is from the west, so far hath he removed our transgressions from us. You see, so that's going into how great the Lord's mercy is, you know?
That's right.
Psalm 23.
You think he's gonna argue with the cops or something? You got it, brother.
This is Psalms 23 and verse 5. Thou preparest a table for me in the presence of mine enemies.
Yeah, thou preparest a table before me in the presence of thy enemies, man. So here it is. The word is going out. The elect are being sealed. The understanding is going out right in the face of our enemies, man. And there ain't nothing they can do about it. You know, Revelation, the 11th chapter. The breath entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. Right? All of this is happening in the midst of chaos. How heavy is that? Right? You got it?
It says, Thou preparest a table for me in the presence of mine enemies.
Yep.
Thou anointest my head with oil.
Yep.
My cup runneth over.
Yeah, that's going back to the overflowing of this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. The knowledge going out, man. You know?
Verse 6. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life.
That's right.
And I will dwell in the house of Yahweh forever.
That's right.
In Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 19, it says, In that day shall there be a altar to the Lord in the midst of the land of Egypt, and a pillar at the border thereof to the Lord.
And that represents the prophets, man. That altar, man. So what are we doing? We're making our bodies a living sacrifice, man. Out here prophesying upon the altar. And it says, what about the pillar? Read that part again.
Isaiah 19:19, it says, a ladder and a pillar at the border thereof to the Lord.
Yeah, a pillar thereof to the border of the Lord. The pillar represents the foundation. Going back to the leaders, to the prophets. Right, we read it earlier in Jeremiah 3 and 15. The Lord shall give you paths according to my heart, and they shall feed you with knowledge and understanding. Right? That's the leadership. Starting with the apostles. All right? The elders and the bishops. And the men on down. All right?
Real quick. This is Jeremiah chapter 1, verse 18. For behold, I have made thee this day a defense city, and an iron pillar, and a brass walls against the whole land, against the kings of Judah, against the princes thereof, against the priests thereof, and against the people of the land. And the main point I want to get out there is back on what the elder said, is that pillar, man. That's what the Lord's doing with his men. We're that defense city, man. Because what are we out here doing? Defending the gospel, man. Amongst all these people, amongst 2/3 niggas, and amongst these heathen, man. There's just nothing you can do against the truth before the truth. So you're seeing what the third temple being built through the spirit of power, Yahweh Hashem Al Shah. That's right, brother.
Just get this word pillar real quick. It's Strong's H4676. It's Montaza Bob. It says a monument, a personal memorial with an altar. Right, so as the elder and the brother we're going into, right, that monument, that memorial of Israel is being set up in the land right now, man.
That's right. What the fuck's going on? Go ahead, Alex.
So back in Micah chapter 4, and verse 1. In the last days it shall come to pass that the mountains of the house of the Lord shall be established in the top of the mountains, and it shall be exalted above the hills, and people shall flow unto it. And many nations shall come and say, let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, and to the house of the power of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways.
He will teach us of his ways. Go ahead.
And we will walk in his paths.
There you go, man. So that's like we talked about earlier. We talked about the image or the standard, which is basically the law.
Right.
Which is going to be enforced on the earth, and the nations are going to learn of those ways.
Right.
Right?
And that's not something that's going to be a hard concept to see. Just like how the world, they followed after the beast, right? They following after this image. They're saying, damn, we can do whatever we want to do. We live however we want. Y'all took of that cup, and now y'all angry. When you come to the house of the Lord, you're going to be able to see, nah, this standard right here, it's actually beneficial.
Hey, just an example, the last 3 years. Now Esau told everybody how he wanted to move during the pandemic. It's going to be the same thing when we get in the kingdom, man. All right, you're going to be able to do this. You're not going to be able to do this, man. They're going to follow right in suit. And if not, as we read it earlier, that rod of iron's going to be on these niggas' heads, man.
It's Isaiah 26.
And these heathen, they're going to go off. Hey, because the law got to be administered. All right? So you're going to receive of judgment, you know? Go ahead.
It's Isaiah 26:9. And with my soul have I desired thee in the night. Yea, with my spirit within me will I seek thee early. For when thy judgments are in the earth, the inhabitants of the world will learn righteousness. So as the brothers are going into, right, righteousness is going to be reestablished in the earth, man. The whole earth is going to know peace through the law, statutes, and commandments, man. That true world order is going to be set up underneath Yasharallah, man.
That's right, bro. That's it. And the world needs that.
God.
All right? Esau way, it didn't work. Look at the state of the planet now, man. Right? Got it. You got it, bro.
This is Zechariah 14 and verse 16. Pretty much going into the punishments that he's going to endure if they don't get right and get right in the kingdom. It says, and it shall come to pass that every one that is left of all the nations which come up against Jerusalem shall even go up from year to year to worship the King Yahweh of hosts and keep the Feast of Tabernacles.
Yep.
And it shall be that whoso will not come up of all the families of the earth unto Jerusalem to worship the King Yahweh of hosts, even upon them shall be no rain.
Punishment. Right?
And if the family of Egypt go not up and come not, they that have no rain, there shall be the plague, wherewith Yahweh will smite the heathen that come not up to keep the feast of the tabernacle.
And we got next level sanctions.
Not real talk.
We gonna make sure your ass don't get no water. Galactical sanctions.
Then we gonna come see you.
And that's what you call power.
Just send one of
In the
us.
dream,
Send one.
That's true power.
you choking him in his dream.
I said, hey, they made Freddy Krueger, because that's gonna be us.
We'll be a terror unto these nations that are going to get right.
And like brother said, you're gonna have your little moments with these heathen where they're gonna try and buck up, but that rod of correction gonna be right there on their head.
But it makes sense, because it wouldn't be fun otherwise, man. So we're
Right.
gonna allow that, and plus two, Esau gonna continually, buck up, because Scripture tell you in Revelation, he ain't gonna repent. So we constantly gonna be having to whoop his ass, man.
Yep.
That's it. You got it, brother.
Micah chapter 4 and verse 2.
Read down to 9.
And many nations shall come and say, Come and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, and to the house of the Most High of Jacob. And he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For the law shall go forth of Zion, and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem.
So this is Isaiah chapter 2 and verse 2. It says, And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established, and the top of the mountains shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it. And many people shall go and say, Come, yea, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the God of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways, pretty much what that's going into. And we will walk in his paths, for out of Zion shall go forth the law, and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. So pretty much like we're going into the nations and we'll have to follow after our ways.
There is no choice.
It is no.
Freedom of choice, brother.
There is no choice.
You got it, brother.
Micah chapter 4 and verse 3. And he shall he shall judge among many people, and rebuke strong nations afar off. And they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up a sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore.
Right, so why are these nations not going to learn war anymore? Because we're going to be in our extraterrestrial bodies. We're going to be gods on earth. So it would be foolish to even go to war with us.
Even amongst the nations having their little quarrels amongst themselves. The governance of how we're gonna run things is not going to it's not gonna have a necessity for war, because everything is gonna be done in order.
And also, too, we're going to take all their weapons and burn them up.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. Ezekiel 39 goes into that. We're going to burn up the weapons with spiritual power.
Right.
Go ahead. That's it.
Right. Because when you think about war, it's always somebody that sidesteps somebody. And then it escalates to a level in which, however the parties see, they want to take it there.
But also, too, another reason why it's not going to be no war, because they're going to come to the Israelites for a resolution to their problem.
Exactly. Judges. A nation of kings and judges, man.
Read down to 8.
Micah chapter 4 verse 4. But they shall sit every man under his vine and under his fig tree, and none shall make them afraid. For the mouth of the Lord of hosts hath spoken.
Yeah. Meaning we're gonna actually enjoy the kingdom of heaven. Get that one in Amos, the 9th chapter. It talks about how we're gonna enjoy the kingdoms, like Amos 9 and like 12 on down, I want to say.
It's the book of Amos chapter 9 and verse 11. In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen,
That's right.
and close up the breaches thereof.
And that's happening right now. Go ahead.
And I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old,
That's right.
that they may possess the remnant of Edom,
Yep.
and of all the heathen,
That's right.
which are called by my name, saith the Lord Yahweh that doeth this.
Right. So when we talked about earlier, we're gonna possess the nations as slaves. Read on up.
Behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh, that the plowman shall overtake the reaper,
Yeah, we're gonna take down Esau and the nations. Go ahead.
and the treader of grapes, him that soweth seed.
Keep going.
And the mountain shall drop sweet wine,
See, and the mountains shall drop sweet wine. Go ahead.
and all the hills shall melt.
And all the hills shall melt anymore.
And I will bring again the captivity of my people of Israel, and they shall build the waste cities and inhabit them.
There you go. So we're actually gonna enjoy the kingdom. We're actually gonna be sovereign,
Right.
right?
Yep.
We're gonna be able to enjoy the fruits of the planet Earth. All right.
Not under no Moore's law.
Right.
Like, yeah, Moore's making their damn sorry and shit, getting pulled over, sticking their ass beat. Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Right,
Get their ass beat.
Get their ass beat with the little hat on and shit. Yeah, you know, that's true sovereignty.
It says, and they shall plant vineyards and drink the wine thereof.
Yeah, they shall plant vineyards and drink the wine thereof. We're not going to be doing no planting. We're not going to be doing no farming and agriculture.
Hell no.
The heathen nation's going to be doing that. All right? Hey, ain't no Israelite working in the kingdom of heaven.
My son works.
Right.
And scriptures tell us the wicked will be oppressed of the righteous. Right? So that goes into reward. Right? And so that reward being we don't have to do any more physical labor, man.
Right.
We don't have to get the foot of these devils off our necks, man. The roles are going to be reversed.
Yeah, because ultimately, that curse of us working goes back to when Adam transgressed, man. So that's going to be done away with, man. Because originally, we didn't have to work, you know. Everything pretty much was provided for us. That's going to go back to that. Except this time, it's going to be through the heathen getting stuff for us.
It says, they shall also make gardens and eat the fruit of them.
They shall also make gardens and eat the fruit of them. We're going to really live.
And I will plant them upon their land, and they shall no more be pulled up out of their land, which I have given them, saith the Lord Yahweh thy power.
All right, so we're going to enjoy the land. We're not going to be uprooted out of the land. We ain't going into slavery no more. Right. These heathen ain't going to rule over us. Nope. These nations ain't going to have no power over us in that time, man.
No order.
Right. That's the earth. That's the life that's coming, man.
That's paradise in a nutshell, man. That's the true paradise that we seek for, man. You ain't getting that shit on this side, Jake. Nope. That's why we gotta wait. That's the glory of the kingdom that Yahweh Shah is gonna provide to us, Lord willing, we'll be able to elect, man.
It's Micah chapter 4 and verse 5. For all people will walk every one in the name of his power, and we will walk in the name of the Lord our power forever and ever.
Keep going.
In that day, saith the Lord, will I assemble her that halted, and I will gather her that is driven out.
Yeah. Israel is scattered to the four corners of the earth. The Lord is going to gather the elect from the four winds of heaven. You know.
And I will make her that is halted a remnant, and her that was cast off of Micah 4 and 6. In that day the Lord, saith the Lord, I will assemble her that is halted, and I will gather her that is driven out, and her that I have afflicted.
That's right.
And I will make her that halted a remnant.
And I will make her that halted a remnant. It's not about all of Israel. It's all about the remnant, the elect. Go ahead.
And her that was cast far off, a strong nation.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord shall reign over them in Mount Zion from henceforth, even forever.
There you go. Keep going.
And thou, O tower of the flock, the stronghold of the daughter of Zion.
All right, going back to the prophets, man, the leaders. Go ahead.
Unto thee shall it come, even the first dominion. The kingdom shall come to the daughter of Jerusalem.
Yeah, the first dominion, man. We want to be part of that first dominion, man. First fruits that's going to partake in the first dominion, man. Those that make it out of here on this side, man. Right? That escape the second death. There you go. You see that? That's the world. That's the world that's coming. Matter of fact, give me one more. Go to Revelation 21, read 1 through 5. That'd be it.
This is Revelation 21, verse 1. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth.
Right, so this is what the apostle John saw in the vision. Right, he saw visions of the future. Go ahead.
It says, for the first heaven and the first earth are passed away.
The first heaven and the first earth will pass away, and that's going to happen by what? Nuclear destruction. World War III, which we are in them times right now. Go ahead.
And there was no more sea.
Yep.
And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from the Most High out of heaven.
Right, and that's the elect coming out of the chariots with those new supernatural bodies. Right, because in the Christian church, when they go into the scripture, it actually shows like a city descending down from space onto earth.
Yeah, golden city.
Yeah, like a golden city coming down. That's not what that's talking about. That's talking about the elect, man, with those new bodies coming out of the chariots. Right, read on.
It says, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband.
Yep.
And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, behold, the tabernacle of the Most High is with men.
See that? The tabernacle of the Most High is with men. All right, starting with the elect. Okay.
It says, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and the Most High himself shall be with them and be their power.
Because at that point, we're going to be under the second covenant, man. The Lord's going to be with us. All right? The law, statutes, commandments are going to be inside of us, man. We're going to be perfected in new bodies. Read on.
Verse 4. And the Most High shall wipe away all tears from their eyes.
See that? And the Most High shall wipe away tears away from all their eyes. Ain't going to be no more crying, no more suffering. Right?
It says, and there shall be no more death,
Yeah.
neither sorrow.
Why is there not going to be no more death? Because we're going to be perfected as a people.
We're gonna be changed.
We're going to be changed. Meaning physically and mentally. You ain't going to be thinking about, you ain't going to have this American mindset in the kingdom, man.
Well, what about this?
Right.
Ain't gonna be none of that.
Ain't gonna be no what if.
Right.
There's a scene from Spider-Man. The last one was called No Way Home.
Yeah.
Where Dr. Ock he had to get his brain reprogrammed. When he shut down and woke back up, he was like, oh damn, like I haven't heard this type of solace in my mind, like the voices is gone.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what's gonna be in a spiritual sense when that second covenant happens. The thought of sin isn't even gonna cross your mind.
We ain't gonna have intrusive thoughts in that thing.
Yeah, you ain't going to be plagued with demons, weirdo shit going through your mind. Ain't going to be none of that.
Because everything's gonna be reversed. Just like Jake doesn't have a righteous thought of doing right. They got everything going contrary. It's gonna be reversed. Everything right.
You want to just do righteousness all day
It's
long.
gonna be embedded in you.
All good ideas,
It ain't-
good thoughts.
It ain't gonna be making pork, sausage pizza,
Adultery.
adultery. It ain't gonna be rap music. It's gonna be everything gonna be reversed. It's gonna be everything turned around.
No demons.
But you got niggas that's fighting against the world like that, man. You got niggas that are fighting against being perfect, man.
And that's why niggas gotta die. If you want to stand against righteousness, I mean, shit. Well, what else is there for you?
You actually got niggas that'll hear this and be like, yo, that sounds boring.
Yeah.
If the kingdom gonna be like that, I don't want it. That's why you niggas gotta go.
Man, we don't want you in the kingdom.
You gotta
A
come
nigga
back.
like that can't make it on a chair.
Come on, man.
Every time a nigga is out there trying to slip a board on the chair.
Right. For a nigga to say that the kingdom of heaven sounds boring, you are out of there.
Through.
Right.
Chopping out joints on the chair and
Right.
Yeah, we know somebody trying to do that.
Oh yeah.
But that's the problem. That's how you know Jake has been in America too long, man. That's how you know our people are psychologically damaged, because our people can't thrive unless there's some type of dysfunction.
Yeah.
Unless there's some type of chaos and drama, right? Then that's likable to Jake.
Right.
You know?
You know, it's funny. I was watching the movie The Matrix a couple days ago, and they were saying how the system that they created, it was too perfect the first time, so people rebelled.
Yep.
And then they eventually put all the bullshit, all the drugs, the crime, everything, and now everything was functional.
Because that's black people for you.
Yeah.
Black people function off of dysfunction.
Right.
And like you said, if everything is too good, Jake will find something to have. That's the reason why they hate the scriptures.
That's an actual curse.
Nah, it said you can have multiple women. I only want one. I'm like, you gonna tell the Lord no, nigga?
Right.
Fuck.
Right. Our mindset has to be changed.
You got. That's why I said this truth is for elevated thinkers, high level thinkers, not for no just low level anybody.
Right.
Because you niggas can't picture anything beyond the thing that you see in your everyday life.
Right.
This I said this last week. This is the most basic humanity has ever been. Under Esau.
These people stupid.
As hell.
Very stupid.
Revelation,
Read that verse.
Revelation 21 and verse 4. And the Most High shall wipe away all tears from their eyes,
Yep.
and there shall no more be death, neither sorrow, nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away.
See that? See, the former things are passed away. Get Isaiah 25 and verse 8 and 9. Just to add on to that. It says it is written in the New Testament. It says the same thing in the Old Testament.
Jeremiah.
Isaiah 25, verse 8 and 9.
I got it. Isaiah, you said Isaiah?
Isaiah, yep.
20.
Isaiah 25, 8 and 9.
Come on, okay. Yeah, I got it. Isaiah chapter 25 and verse 8. He will swallow up death in victory.
See that? He will swallow up death and victory. It tells you the same thing in 1 Corinthians 15.
The ball got on the screen.
You know? And that's the spirit.
Shalom,
You know? So death is going to be swallowed up in victory. Why? Because we're going to be victorious over death, because we're going to be perfect. Right?
And the Lord Yahweh power will wipe away tears from off all faces.
That's it.
And the rebuke of his people shall he take away from off all the earth.
Yeah, there you go. So going back to the curses, man. Us being in a downtrodden state.
Yep.
We're gonna be back in our glory, man. That's what's coming. See, right now on this side, you looked at as niggas, blacks, monkeys, spics, beaners, right?
Yep.
You know, you're looked at as, you're viewed as insignificant. But the Lord is about to change that all around.
Right.
See that? You got it, bro.
For the Lord Yahweh hath spoken it, and it shall be said in that day, lo, this is our power.
Woo.
We will wait, we have waited for him,
Yeah.
and he will save us.
Yeah, there you go. And we're waiting on Yahweh Shai to perform all of these things. Right? This is all tied into what? The glory that's coming to his people and nobody else.
Yep.
Right? That's why you got these Christians and these heathen out here that they're trying to tie themselves with something that ain't got nothing to do with them.
Right.
See? This ain't all what's the word, exclusive? You know? Yeah, this is inclusive. See what I'm saying? This ain't for everybody. Right? So anyway, you go back to that Revelation 21. Right?
Get a little bit more here.
You already know. 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 Playing all day. Right?
Isaiah chapter 25 and verse 9 in the latter.
Yep.
This is the Lord Yahweh. We have waited for him. He will be glad and rejoice in his salvation. Okay, because we know, pursuant to Matthew 1 and 21, that Yahweh Shai was sent for what purpose? To save his people from their sins. Okay? So through Yahweh Bashim Shai, the glory of Israel will come when he comes to deliver the first fruits of the nation of Israel. Okay? Like as the Quran has said, when you look at your people, hey, no pictures of us, but you can take pictures of the signs. Alright. But when you look at the way how our people are portrayed now, our people are looked at as fucking dogs, man.
Yep.
So when you think about that transformation from being seen as a fucking object to now being seen as who you truly are, which is a child of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man, that's gonna be so different. Like we spoke of a couple weeks ago about representation. When you see that vibration just being emulated throughout the earth by God's chosen people, it's going to literally change the world, man. We're talking about a shift in the world that's gonna be great, man.
Be the light of the world.
That's right.
You gotta finish any more in that Revelation 21? Read down to read down to 8.
Revelation 21 and verse 5.
You said you had something out?
Yeah,
Go ahead, bro.
this is Hebrews chapter 13, verse 14. It says, "For here we have no continuous city, but we seek one to come." Backing up what the elder went into as far as the kingdom of Israel coming down from heaven, which represent the men. And it says, that word city, and it says, the visible capital and heavenly kingdom to come down to earth after the renovation of the world by fire.
That's it.
Just backing up what the brother just read in Revelation 21st chapter, man. When the kingdom of heaven come down from Israel, and speaking on the elect men of Israel coming down to restore the world.
That's it. It's gonna be a glorious time.
That's right.
You got it, brother. Come back. Read loud too.
This is Revelation 21 and verse 5. And he that sat upon the throne said, Behold, I make all things new.
Yeah, Yahweh Shai said, look, I make all things new. Because it tells you in Acts the 3rd chapter, hey, Yahweh Shai is coming to bring the restitution of all things. Right? He's coming to bring the world back to its former glory. Okay. Go ahead, bro.
It says,
You get it called out.
and he said unto me, Write, for these words are true and faithful.
Yeah, these words are true and faithful, and we believe these words.
Right.
Go ahead.
Verse 6. And he said unto me, It is done. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end.
Yep, the first Adam and the last Adam. The beginning and the ending. Go ahead.
I will give unto him that is athirst of the fountain of water of life freely.
Yeah, that's it, man, which is really going back to this knowledge. This wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. Which is life. The living waters, Yahweh Shai, man. Right?
Verse
You got that scripture?
Nah, I got
You
it.
get that real quick.
Acts chapter 3 and verse Acts chapter 3 and verse 21. I think I start at 20.
You got it.
I started at 19. Acts 3 and 19. Repent ye therefore and be converted, that your sins may be blotted out,
That's it, man.
when the time of refreshing shall come from the presence of the Lord.
When the time of refreshing shall come from the presence of the Lord, he's coming to refresh the planet Earth. Read on.
Reset button.
Yep.
And he shall send Yahushai Hamashiach, which before was preached unto you,
Yep.
whom the heaven must receive until the times of restitution of all things.
Yeah, until the times of restitution. Look that word up in the common dictionary.
So restitution in the free dictionary reads, the act of restoring to the rightful owner something that has been taken away, lost, or surrendered. The act of making good or compensating for loss, damage, or injury, indemnification, a return or restoration of a previous state or position. So everything is going to be brought back to its full strength, man. The earth is going to be, man, righteousness is going to be reestablished in the earth. Everything is going to be brought back to where it was originally supposed to be, man.
Yep.
But because we fell off, right, things decided to do a tailspin, man.
Yep.
Now we have to be brought back. We have to be restored. The restitution has to come and set us back on high, man.
Yep.
What dictionary was that?
The free
Free
dictionary.
dictionary. It's an app.
It's shocking that niggas don't want that.
That show you that
Level
fucking
expectation.
low level of love,
Right.
man.
Base niggas, man. You got it,
Which,
bro.
which Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai has spoken by, which Yahweh has spoken by the mouth of all his holy prophets since the world began.
That's right, man. So this is always the message, man. Hey, the prophets always inquired when the kingdom of heaven was going to be established, even going back to the times of Acts, right? How the disciples, they were pretty much inquiring of the Lord, is will the kingdom be restored to the earth now? But at that particular time, it wasn't time yet, man. You know, the Roman Empire had to rule. But right now, in this revived Roman Empire, which is also known as the Beast, now we're in a time where the kingdom of heaven is really going to be established on the earth. Because Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is coming to take down this final beast, if you will.
Yep.
You know, this revived Greco-Roman Empire system. You know, which is exercised in the form of America, NATO, and the EU, man.
May I grab that?
You got it, bro.
In Daniel, Nebuchadnezzar's dream.
Yeah, because what, we at the foot, right?
That's right.
The 10 toes, the miry clay, you know? Daniel, the second chapter you looking for? Or
Yeah.
Daniel 7?
Nope, Daniel's the second chapter. Water.
Uh,
Daniel chapter 2 and verse 45.
Yep.
For as much as thou sawest that the stone was cut out of the mountain without hands, and that it brake in pieces the iron, the brass, the clay, the silver, and the gold,
Yep.
the great power hath made known to the king what shall come to pass hereafter, and the dream is certain, and the interpretation thereof. So like I started a little lower than I should have. Verse 43, Daniel 2 and 43. And whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave one to another, even as iron is not mixed with clay.
Right, because eventually we're in a time where these world powers are going to break up. You know, the EU, you got certain nations separating themselves, things like that. You know, go ahead.
And in the days of these kings shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed.
Yep, that's the kingdom of heaven, the kingdom of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Go ahead.
And the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever.
That's it, man. The kingdom of heaven is going to be a perpetual rulership forever. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 45, for as much as thou sawest that the stone was cut out of the mountain without hands, and that it break in pieces the iron, the brass, the clay, the silver, and the gold.
Yep.
The great power hath made known to the king what shall come to pass hereafter.
Right, because when you go into that map on that interpretation, you have that stone, and what does it do? It smites the feet of the statue, which the feet represent the end of the body. So we're at with that feet going back to EU, America, those nations
Right.
that basically that revived Roman Empire.
Right.
You know, it's gonna get destroyed, and we're in that time right now, man. That's why this current system is preparing to fight against Yahweh Shai and the angels. You know, they understand these elites. They understand the prophecies. That's why when we talked about it earlier. Hey, Jacob Rothschild might not even be dead. They might be in the bunker right now, getting ready for this war, man. You know, that's why all of these damn billionaire trillionaires, what are they doing? Building bunkers underground.
And they selling up their stocks.
Exactly.
You got Jeff Bezos, you got the guy that owns J.P. Morgan. All of your so-called billionaires been selling up their stocks.
Mark Zuckerberg, whatever his name is.
You mean Greenberg?
Yeah.
Just like the time before the Crown Royal hit in 2019, you had the CEO exodus. So you had a bunch of CEOs from these Fortune 500 companies.
Yep.
They was resigning or they were retiring.
Yep. Jeff Bezos.
Yeah, because they know what's coming, so they got the inside scoop. They're going ahead and making the necessary precautions to get ready for the incoming thing.
Exactly. So what do they know that the people don't know?
Even so much so, not even talking about them niggas. You got rappers and celebrities getting bumped. Why? Why does a nigga like Rick Ross and Kanye and Khloe Kardashian, all these niggas talking about Post Malone talking about bumpers? Because they know something that you average motherfuckers don't.
They got the inside. Yeah, they got
And that's the main thing.
They got the inside scoop.
But that shit ain't gonna save them.
Nope. Nope. You got it.
Revelation 21 and verse 7. He that overcometh shall inherit all things.
See that he that overcometh shall inherit all things. Right? Read on.
And I will be his power, and he shall be my son.
That's right.
But the fearful and unbelieving and abominable and murderers and whoremongers and sorcerers and idolaters
Right.
and all liars shall have their part in the lake that burneth with fire and brimstone.
Right. Which is what?
The second death.
The second death. That's what's going to be the final end of this place, man. Right. The second death, which is going to be by the way of nuclear destruction, and also when the chariots come, shooting them laser beams, man. Because those chariots, they're going to set the world on fire too, man. Right? Isaiah 66 verses 15 and 16. All right? The Lord shall come with his chariots with fire. Right? And the slain of the Lord shall be many, as the scriptures say, man. All right? So it's going to be a terrible time when the Lord shows up on the scene, man. Which these niggas are ill prepared for, man. Right? Hey, the day of the Lord is darkness and not light, man. Right? Who shall abide in it, as the scriptures say, man?
Right. Because no matter, like you have said, regardless if you got a bunker, if you got weapons, if you got any of that, you're ill prepared, because the Lord is going to set this whole judgment up to where if you don't have him as your strength in place of covering, then you really just out here for the taking.
That's it. Hey, Psalms 91 breaks it all down, man. Right? Because what are we fighting for? We're fighting for the hedge of protection of the Lord when this shit go down.
Yes.
Right? Martial law, famines, civil war.
Demons.
Right? Pestilence, demons, apparitions.
I love it.
Right? Hey, niggas don't got a clue what the Lord about to do to these guys,
He's
man.
about to unleash all hell upon earth, bro.
Little do you know.
It's gonna be like Tales from the Hood at the end, man.
Right. That shit crazy, man. But it's gonna take calamity, death, and chaos for Jake to finally get it. But by then it's too late. When you seeing bodies and heads rolling in the streets, it's too late.
Right.
Repentance is out the window.
Right.
Right? At that point, you facing the east for nothing. You know?
Pull out the garment, eh?
Jake go pull out the car.
Pull out the garment.
God damn.
Online, this
Internet. My YouTube page was here, man. I was teaching. at one
Right. See,
point.
that's me. They got a screenshot.
You gotta find it, bro.
Nigga, fucking 10 years ago, your ass last time you did a lesson.
Come on, man. Jake, man. That's why we said, hey, you Israelites, you better highly consider these words, man. Because we're in a time of the famine, man. All these rules, the FCC, all that, the regulation of the word, right? Hey, right now, you know, they got the, what's it called, the Babel X.
Yeah.
Esau got a whole system set up to watch on what people, you know, monitor what people watch on the internet and what they buying and shit like that. You know, to set up, basically to categorize you. Right? They know who's who. They know who you support, your political beliefs, your religious views. They know all of this shit.
And on top of that, y'all niggas put that shit on Facebook and stuff anyway.
Come on, man.
They already know that's the reason why they gave you social media.
Come on, man.
There's like Facebook, man, and, Instagram, FBI, man.
Come on, man. The scriptures say that the leper should watch over the cities, man.
Come on now.
That's Esau, man. Watching everything, man, because he knows that what? That his time is short. See that? So that's pretty much it. Y'all boys got anything else? Hey, so Lord willing, this camp was edifying to the elect out there, you true believers in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. We're going to close it out by giving our praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Hashem Rakakodash. And double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us his truth. Double salutation to all you Akim out the labor in the house of David, the elect, who's pushing his word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom to you, brothers. Shalom. Shalom to the elect. Shalom. Shalom.